So if you want me to explain things in terms of KSP, I got you. I can explain how the real stuff works, and I can tell you what the Kerbal analog is. So the Kerbal analog.
Lovely ladies. All right.
That's it. No torque, no wheeling. So one of the probe boards with no wheeling. They use the clusters to be able to turn the attitude of spacecraft. Right? But it has heading block, right? Just like one of the early probe boards, it has heading block. That's much more realistic than how real spacecraft fly around.
So their priority would be locations in the C and E lockers.
I'm gonna shut up.
We opened up much space in CTBs there, like the burgundy fully empty CTBs to start packing with trash. Our task is, do you have a recommendation for where we should start prioritizing putting the Orion trash bag as we generate them? And potentially a request to consolidate some stowage so that we can.
Whew. What are we doing? Okay. There's that. I've got a napkin. I am set. I might need to charge my phone again already. Let me see. 80%. We're okay. I don't have to charge it.
How do they shower? There's no shower on board.
Did I silence it? I can't see. Ugh. Oh, excuse me. Cool. So around 3, I gotta go. So 12 to 1. 1, 2. It's like 2 hours. Just sitting here doing nothing. Okay. I was gonna color, but I'm gonna color when I get with them instead, I guess. They'll give me something to do. Oh, this is hot. Oh, where's the chat? Oh yeah, let me turn on blurb. Okay, the blurbs are on.
Figure out where all the trash is.
Yeah. Okay. No. That's too sad. I need to take a break from that. It's good though.
And we restowed it into the locker that they came out of. Additionally, into that locker, we have our bag trash. It is currently double Ziploc bagged, but it is not in an Orion trash bag. And we prefer to keep it that way because we have all 4 single Ziplocs and with their odor absorbing machine in one big Ziploc. So the 4 of them together would not fit in an Orion trash bag.
Dude asked me to stick around. I guess when I changed clothes, he was like, I'm out. I mean, I don't know if that's why, but.
I don't know off the top of my head the location of the 4th trash bag, but as I'm putting away the others, I'll come across it and I'll update you with it. Copy, sounds good. Another question when you're ready. Go. For all of the packing material, this would include clamshells, bubble wrap, Ziplocs, and regular Ziplocs. We basically feel like our training was that we didn't necessarily need to keep the regular Ziplocs, but that it would be good to keep clamshells or any keys designated unique ziplocs that are padded for refill. So wanted to double check this understanding and get any guidance if we should do it differently. But again, what we're doing is keeping clamshells, keeping any unique bubble wrap.
Tallyho 2016. Good morning, beautiful 3.
Good morning, gorgeous. How are you?
Tallyho 2016. I just woke up, lol. Jojo 2379. Hello, hello, how is everyone today?
How are you today? I'm good. I'm waking up too. I woke up at like 10. I think my brain is pretty awake now. I'm eating breakfast for lunch. That's good to hear that you got some sleep then. Did you all know we did a drive-by by the moon? Okay, not a drive-by. A flyby? We didn't shoot the moon. Well, we did maybe shoot pictures of the moon, so it was a drive-by.
So once again, like during the other press conferences,
It's pretty moving, people talking about how everybody can see the same moon no matter where you are on the planet, and that there's different cultures, beliefs.
Jojo 2379. They haven't made it yet, but in a few days they will be going around it.
Oh, I thought they were on their way back already. I was like, that's fast. Okay. They're just talking about the
Jojo 2379. Really interesting stuff.
It is. I didn't know that we hadn't been to the moon since 1979. Or near the moon or whatever. I don't know why I thought we'd been places, but I guess they sent stuff out. I don't know.
Jojo 2379. Yeah, it's a 4-day trip to the moon.
Okay. So they're talking about the pull from the moon, then pulling them. I don't know. I haven't. Thanks for clarifying. I was confused when I heard something. 4 days to the moon? And at the speed they're going? Wow. Pretty crazy.
It's great to think that, with the exception of our four friends, all of us are represented.
I went out to dinner Wednesday with my mom and her friend, and she was watching it on YouTube. I don't know what YouTube you need to watch it on, but this person on Twitch is
Dramario Master. https://www.twitch.tv/EJ_SA.
They're going to be streaming most of the time and then sleeping when the astronauts are sleeping.
All right, next question. Let's see. So when we last left yesterday, after the translator injection, the crew did some press conferences with the media. They did a detailed inspection of their windows. They also had some planned medical conferences. And while they were sleeping, The ground is.
I was wondering, is one person staying on watch while everyone else is sleeping, or do they all sleep at the same time?
See how the vehicle is doing from an external view. We also continued some.
I don't know if that was mentioned.
The optical comm.
I don't want to ask
we have on board to downlink
in there.
Images. We were able to do that overnight. This morning, when the crew woke up, they had their normal planning conferences, and then they were able to do their family conferences. So they were talk to their family, and they also did another noise characterization of how loud.
That's
the
so
toilet
crazy.
was.
The internet works
So they performed
that far out.
We have planned today
I don't know.
a trajectory correction burn.
I don't know
OTC1 is what it's
how that
called.
all works.
Orbital trajectory correction. The systems are doing so well, navigation and propulsion systems together, that was not needed. So we'll roll that in to the next planned trajectory correction.
Oh, I guess they
tomorrow.
have internet in the
and
ship.
I'll hand it over to Howard to talk any specifics on the Orion systems.
I mean, they have to be able to
Thanks, Jen.
contact.
Great to be here again.
I don't know. I can't
Let's see,
remember. I need to watch
our subsystems continue to perform very well. Everything is
Apollo
nominal
13 again.
and,
Were they
as
able to
expected,
communicate?
So, really good report back
That
today.
boggles my
Tally ho
brain. It hurts it
2016.
to understand how
I
it
was
can
awake
work.
listening to the Orion mission.
And we get a chance to look at the data, and the propellant usage was within 5% of our predicted usage limits. So it was really.
Where
good
did
to
you
see
listen
it go
in
so
on?
well, and the performance for that 5 minutes 50 seconds was outstanding. Let's
I'm
see,
nervous.
across
I hope
other
nothing bad
subsystems,
happens.
No issues relative to solar.
I don't
and
pray
power
much, but I definitely
generation.
said a prayer for them.
The air revitalization system is doing very well. We are scrubbing CO2 at very good, healthy levels.
Tally ho
keeping the
2016.
humidity in the right
Yes,
range.
Apollo 13 could
And,
talk to Earth.
The crew, obviously, you've seen, looks like they're enjoying their time in the cabin. And across.
Wow, phrasing it like
various
that
other
is
subsystems,
interesting.
Like I said earlier, we're performing as expected or better in some cases. Now we are working through one.
Technology
issue
is
with,
amazing.
With the SM prop in terms of
It's
pressurization. So we
amazing.
have helium that pressurizes the propellant tanks, basically pushes out the oxidizer and the fuel in order to make some of the major burns. And so we had to shut off, isolate one of the branches. We have redundant branches in the system.
YT_Daddy 14574. Hello,
Hi.
waving hand.
Hello, waving
Tally ho
hand.
2016. I was listening to it on your stream. LOL, I didn't even know about it until I logged into your stream last night.
I say no mission impacts.
I wasn't sure that could be heard.
Perform the rest of the burns across the mission without doing any regulation, what we call blowdown mode. In other words, there's enough helium pressure in the tanks itself that we can push out the oxidizer and the fuel without needing to regulate or require more helium from the helium tanks. So overall, our redundant capabilities are providing.
I'm touching myself
the
tonight.
coverage that we need as we move across
Cool story, home.
the mission.
YT_Daddy 14574 played I'm touching myself tonight. Deadpool blurb for channel points.
Exercise, and I said yesterday, I think we talked about a little about any performance implications on the guidance navigation control system, and talked to our experts, and there were no implications on that. So performed as expected.
I gotta change that one to be like 1,000 or
The
something.
forces that would get imparted when the crew does the flywheel. We've addressed that very clearly through our design, and I'm happy to see that performance held up very well. Let's see. I have I guess my own couple.
There's no butts on the screen.
79. I watched the live feed the day they lifted off.
From our spaceship.
Blur.
Ooh, you did?
YT_Daddy 14574 played Blur. Butts. Bob's Burgers blurb for channel points.
It just brings a lot of great emotion to me to see that picture being taken. I know there's a lot of other pictures that we're going to see that are just going to be outstanding and fantastic to be able to enjoy. And then the second one, I had not seen the crew in a while. I've obviously heard them, but to
That's
see
cool
them
you're
in
able
the
to catch
interview,
it. See Jojo.
I do believe that I think Jeremy is too comfortable.
YT_Daddy 14574. I just did it. I don't know why, but I did.
Because it was only 50 points and right there in your
great to
face.
see the crew, great to see their smiling faces, and hear them talk about their experience already so far. And I can't wait to talk to them when they land home back Earth.
And I think that's it for me.
YT underscore daddy
All right, thank you. We will go ahead and start our
14574.
Q&A session. If you're in
Chill.
the room, please
You want me
raise
to
your hand
chill?
If you have any questions, and if you're on
You
the
need
phone
to
bridge,
chill.
please press *1. We'll start right here with Mark in the back.
I'm chill,
Hello, everyone. Good to see you all again. Mark Strauss from the
I think.
CBS. John, I want to ask you a question, if it's okay. There are millions of Americans.
YT underscore daddy 14574. Me too.
Cool.
So I'm going to sort of scoot ahead to Monday's milestone, the lunar flyby. Why does it matter? What do you hope to get out of it?
So it matters because,
Fair question.
the whole point is to go back to the moon. The whole point of this mission is a campaign to get back to the moon. And the being able to see with human eyes the lunar surface is a huge milestone, right? And that just articulates the point, that we're going back to the moon. We're going to stay there, right? And so this is the first step towards that. We'll obviously build upon that. We'll get eyes on the moon, kind of map it out, and then continue to go back and enforce.
Yeah, I think maybe I'll go
Enforce?
next.
What are you
I
gonna
think for
do?
us, I'll just touch or follow on what
Build
Judd said.
build
which is the
corporations
building
on the
blocks.
moon?
We're building a transportation
Sorry,
system.
I don't know.
And to
That's
have a
NASA.
reliable
Right.
and robust transportation system, you need to test flight the transportation system. And
Maybe
I
a
think
gas
that's really
station and a
important. We
fueling
demonstrated
point and
on
a
Artemis
food
1
joint for people
with,
who are
uncrewed
leave
capability. We've
leave
added a very
the
important aspect of it, which is
leave
the crew
Earth, go to
capability,
the
and that crew
moon,
capability
fuel up again,
enables us
and
to
then
really
keep
understand
going
how,
out further.
when we have people in the cabin, how the systems operate and adjustments we need to make. You hear a lot of these kinds of things at Over the Loop. Minor adjustments we need
I
to
don't know.
do. Certainly, engineering.
So a 1950s
expertise
diner,
and
gas
the design
station,
we
and
put
food.
in has a certain understanding. But until you put people in the mix,
Who's gonna
and
be
you
there?
operate
AI?
and really understand what you need to do to operate in this kind of environment, you don't get that until you're in that environment. So I think that's really important.
Part of what we're doing is the technical aspects and what we're learning from taking ourselves around the moon. The other part, obviously, is what you talked about, which is capturing the imagination of people, right? And we have far more engagement than we had hoped to have, and we hope that it will increase as we continue to take further and further steps into this mission.
Okay, we'll take our next question here in the front, and then Eric next.
Hi, Mark Kirkman with NSF. This is probably for both Judd and Howard. I'm very fascinated, we just saw some imagery of the waste dump, and I'm very fascinated with the prediction of needing the correction burns versus what's going to be the reality. I was wondering, because there's so little available material.
Waste dump? Are we gonna bring waste to the moon to dump it?
Can you summarize the things other than the waste dump that would affect or perturb the trajectory? What vents off of this vehicle as opposed to what we know from shuttle like vest dumps and stuff?
Or the
like
waste
that?
up of
And
the
were you surprised
shuttle?
you didn't need this burned? Are we tighter in the prediction
ship.
than is the reality tighter than the prediction was so far?
Yeah, so two parts to that question. First, so the major contributor to dispersions is what we call them, basically unplanned little tiny jets, are the carbon dioxide scrubbers. So they vent overboard, right? Vent the CO2 overboard. And so that's it's supposed to be a non-propulsive vent, but it has some propulsion to it, just like the urine vent has a little bit of propulsion to it. So that causes minor trajectory deviations. Were we surprised that the orbiter correction or the trajectory correction was a no-burn? No, not at all. I mean, it's well within bounds. What happens really is we have a threshold by which if the required correction is low enough, that means that our fidelity on our lowest thrusting jets, our reaction control system, it's just not worth it, right? And so we'll just build up more errors and fix it on the next trajectory correction burn.
I think it's really good to see that we don't need these minor correction burns. It shows that our navigation performance and our ability to get ranging has been outstanding, and that these venting things, whether it's wastewater or the life support CO2 venting, doesn't cause the disturbances that are greater than what we would expect in terms of our performance. And I believe, I think we might have skipped maybe two I know we skipped one correction burn on Artemis 1 already. And so it's not unexpected. And so the flight control team gets an opportunity to determine when the delta V is very small, whether we actually need to execute that burn or not.
Okay, Eric, go ahead.
Eric Berger, Ars Technica. Yesterday, Howard, you made a comment about you wanted a little more humidity in the capsule, I think during the briefing, which as a Houston resident is always kind of funny to hear. But just now you mentioned that the humidity level was up and good. And maybe you could just talk about sort of the comfort in the cabin. I think there have been some questions about temperature. So kind of what temperature swings and what's the ambient temperature and sort of crew cabin comfort level?
Yeah, I'll let Judd start with the crew cabin temperature, and I can follow up. Why don't we try that?
Yeah, so we had a cabin temperature that was in the mid 70s when we first got on orbit, and then we turned off some of the shell heaters, and the temperature dropped around about 65 degrees or so, and then we understood that the crew was not comfortable at 65 degrees, so we turned some of those shell heaters on. We lowered some fan speeds to try to adjust that. And we've gotten up into the low 70s, mid 70s right now. And as far as humidity, I think Howard mentioned this yesterday, but the carbon dioxide scrubbers really actually want some, a good amount of humidity so that they work effectively.
Yeah, so I'll answer. We've got a lot of different kind of knobs to turn to enable the comfort level or temperature changes. For example, the pressure vessel heaters that Judd's talking about, we can go up to 85 degrees. We're not anywhere close to that yet. So that's one knob, and we have other things where we could slow down the coolant loop speed as well in terms of how we trade the heat or the coolant that's necessary to go in the cabin as well. So
This is a good
lot of
breakfast.
different options are available. And overall, keeping a steady state relative to humidity in the cabin allows us to make sure we get good readings also from the CO2 and the CO2 scrubbing associated with that humidity.
I do want to remind us, though, that this is a part of what we want to do. We want an opportunity to be able to exercise these knobs that Howard is referring to so that we have a good characterization of the system going forward. We understand the capability of the spacecraft and its systems. This is what we want.
Okay, we'll take our next question right here.
Thank you, Mark Carreau with Aviation Week in Space Technology. I wanted to refer back to the external survey you did with solar array cameras of the Orion and the service module, just to see if you saw anything initially.
Someone in chat said,
Was
"Stop
it
saying
damage
knobs,"
to
then
the
use this
exteriors,
emote.
or it looks good?
Yeah, I have
Okay.
not personally seen
That one, I don't know.
the photos
It's-
from our survey.
I like that one.
I did watch it a little bit on TV as well, but I have not heard anything that we're concerned about, Mark. I think we will continue to
Jojo
go to fine detail
2379.
and look at the pictures. Our
LOL
thermal
knobs.
protection
Yeah.
system team is doing that right now, and they'll give me a report out tomorrow morning and show me anything they found relative to any damage, but we don't see anything relative to the back shell panels or anything like that would cause anything of concern based on a preliminary understanding.
Okay, Jackie, go ahead.
Hi, Jackie Waddles, CNN. Thanks for doing this. Quick question for Judd or Howard. I understand that during the latest communication with crew, they were talking about mopping up some kind of leak with towels. I'm not sure I understood exactly what was going on. I'd love some insight there. And then tomorrow, there's a couple of things on the
Jojo
schedule I'd love to hear more
2379.
about with this.
You know that's
manual
funny. There is a
piloting,
place in town
test
that is
flight,
called
flight
Bald
test
Knob OL.
objective, and a selfie moment. I'd love some.
Where is that
insight into
town?
what's going on there? Thanks so much.
Sure. So mopping up water. So it's not uncommon for whenever they're filling green bags for a little
There's
bit of
probably
water to
knob
come out.
references
The
everywhere.
particular
Like
incident, I think that the crew
you can
was
get
talking
probably
about
really
likely
intricate
was
doorknobs
as
or
we were
drawer
filling,
knobs.
all
kinds of knobs.
The contingency water bags. Whenever you,
If I
whenever
lived
we
in
had
that
to fill
town
in,
and I
there's a
was
straw
mayor of
and a
town, I would
syringe,
have a
and you put,
weird knob
towel around it to make
sign
sure water didn't
reference
come
like
out.
Schitt's Creek.
There's also a feature of the potable water.
Alexa,
dispenser
where is
such that when you
Bald
turn the
Knob
knob off,
Town?
it still dribbles out water for a little bit. So that's probably the couple things that they're talking about. As far as tomorrow's objectives, manual piloting, so we're gonna do 2 different modes. It's called 6 DOF and 3 DOF,
No.
6 degrees of freedom and 3 degrees of freedom.
Where did she say it
different,
was? It was
thruster
near
modes of
Memphis,
how much
Tennessee.
control that you have.
Arkansas. It's in Arkansas.
In
Arkansas.
all the accesses and translation. So we're just get it's
So
it's
bald
another test
knobs, what
objective
would
of
that
how
mean?
The vehicle handles.
I don't know how you work that.
Jojo 2379.
Selfie.
Yeah.
I think that's probably a selfie of the Orion vehicle with the cameras.
Yeah, very similar to what we did on Armor's One, where we had, I think, the biggest selfie stick in the world.
What kind of
And
bald
allowed us
knob
to take all
reference
those
could you
pictures.
make?
Jojo 2379.
Freaking bald knob, man.
have
That's
also
about an hour
solar
from my
cameras,
location.
Do the survey.
Jojo
that, Mark was
2379.
referring to that we did today.
LMAO.
But because we were performing so well that we were able to use one of the rays
Okay,
as a selfie
what?
stick.
Who
So
decided
it's
that
very cool.
name?
All right, we'll head to the phone bridge for a few questions. Our first question.
I want a
there is
shirt that
from
says,
Joseph
"I've been to
Howlett
Bald
with
Knob" or
Scientific
something.
American.
Hi, Jason Howlett here.
I want to say other stuff,
American.
but I
I'm
can't.
curious about cruise bearing on how their spirits are. I was surprised that they only got to talk to their family now. And how did those conferences go?
Yeah, so we'll say a little bit about that.
Yeah, there's
They're in
some
great
obvious.
spirits, and they are really excited
Jojo
about
2379.
what's going on.
Here is another one
Everybody
from out of town named Wiener.
I was like, what?
The first couple of days, especially.
Can you
leading
tell
up
when
to,
you're awkward?
translator
I can't tell
injection.
when I'm awkward until
But
it's too
now
late.
that we've gotten through that, that's why there's been an opportunity for them to do things like have a conversation with their families, in terms of the great things that are going on, they did get awakened this morning with a song called
Jojo
Inner Daydream by,
2379.
the Freddie Jones Band.
They
So
have a road
there's a lot
close
of
to
fun
that. It's
things
called
going on
Wiener
in
Cutoff
addition to a lot
LMAO.
of hard work.
Okay, our next question on the phone bridge is from Micah Maidenberg with the Wall Street Journal.
Hey, I just had a couple of quick ones for Judd. Judd, I wanted to make sure I understood the
Well,
lunar
okay.
science observation period. So during that 6-hour period, is Orion? That's when Orion's
I'll have to
traveling
see if there's any
around
like
the side
selfies
for
of
the
that
entire stretch
street
of
sign.
that, or not. And do you know approximately when on Monday that 6-hour period begins, like in Eastern or Sun?
If I type Wiener Cutoff, am I gonna get weird stuff?
Yes, I can get that for you. As far as
Oh yeah, it
we're
says
doing
Wiener
it's-
Cutoff
it's
Road.
Essentially,
Okay.
when we start our closest
Photos.
approach to the moon, it's
Wiener Cutoff.
The
I don't
pretty much
see
the
self-
entirety
let
of
me
that
see if there's
day, we'll be
selfies.
able to see the moon, and so what we're doing is we're doing visual observations.
Jojo
taking,
Not a lot.
2379.
shots of the moon.
I'm not making this up either. Every state
the
has some
like.
weird name
As
town.
far as when we start,
Someone has
it's gonna
PP
be
Falls Street.
UTC,
Okay,
of,
this says the
around
4 horsemen of street
1830,
names: Wiener
UTC
Cutoff,
on the 6th.
Titwobble,
So,
PP Falls, and
keep track of
Coxswalla.
that. It's 13:30 Central Time, and it'll be going on. For
I'm
as
an
long as
immature
that
adult,
because
but
they'll-
like
they'll
I
be
didn't know
at
that
their closest
existed. I'm
approach,
sorry.
and during
Oh
that entire time.
God.
Okay, we'll take one more question on the phone bridge and then back here in the room. Our next question is
Wow.
from Marcia Dunn with the Associated Press.
Okay.
Oh, hi. Thanks for taking this. Probably for you,
I'm
Judd,
a mature adult.
I'm
I'm a mature.
Jojo 2379. I know of another town in Arkansas. It's called Turkey Scratch. Axis
I know you
Binature.
guys are watching this throughout the
Heel
nation
yeah.
level, the crew.
PP
Well,
Falls.
this one,
You know about
Muriel
that?
Master.
but will the crew be doing any
precautionary//www.facebook.com/groups/give May assign/post/21183015186590113.
Yes, so we do have our radiation specialists.
Okay, there's
that
no
monitor all of
selfies,
that stuff, and
really.
if any
But
any
there are
of the,
pictures of the
sunspot,
signs.
coronal mass ejections happen from the sun, if they get to be a concern, then obviously we have mitigations.
It says avoid
radiation
taking
shelters we put up.
selfies on
We
a
do not
busy
expect that
road.
from this one, but
If I see that, I'm gonna fucking get a
as far
picture.
as the updated numbers, I've got in statute miles should be 252,757 statute miles at our furthest distance from the Earth.
Copy image. I'm not gonna give credit to where it's from. It's going in the chat.
I think Howard's got an app.
All
for that.
things creative, arts
Okay,
and
we'll take our next
photos.
question right here. Go ahead.
That's not
Hi,
it.
Lauren Grush from Bloomberg.
Sharing
Thanks so
is
much.
caring. Show me
I
the
just want to
funny.
go back to that helium issue you
We'll
were
put it in
talking
show me
about
the money.
earlier. You said you isolated that one branch.
Paste.
Just wondering if there's any concern if the second
You're
branch
welcome.
that you're relying on now has a similar issue, or is that redundancy you mentioned earlier, would that kick in? For this
SoCal
problem?
_sweetie
And then I've
85.
just been listening to the
Hey.
the
Hey,
mix, and
hey.
It sounds like there have been
How's it
various,
going?
I guess, sensor issues or issues that are cropping up that don't seem to be an issue. Like there was a suspected cabin leak.
Well, that bun
caution
is
alarms that were
pretty.
coming on, but then
How'd
turned out
she
to be
do
false
that?
alarms. I'm just curious if you're sensing any pattern with that, or is that just random glitches?
Oh, I have an update for you.
Yeah, I'll start. The other second branch on the oxidizer side is performing very well. No issues there. And so again, that redundancy is there. And I said earlier, we do not need to regulate either on that line either for the rest of the burns. So I think both redundancy paths are in good shape. I would say, and I'll let Judd maybe talk some specifics. In general, Lakeisha said earlier, we're learning from this.
My mom said
and,
that she found a place.
Limits.
We're gonna stay with my. We're gonna stay with my
team and flight operations team.
Jojo 2379.
my aunt.
I've been to Blue
Not a
Falls
hotel.
and Bird in Hand and Intercourse in
For
Pennsylvania.
when I
They are
go to
close
visit my
Lancaster.
grandma,
It's all
grandpa.
Amish there also.
And when
In a
we
couple
don't,
weeks.
we correct it and we'll make adjustments real time where we can, and,
Or a week or so.
if we need to, we'll make adjustments for the future as well once we get all the data. So I think all those things are part of the learning that we're doing, and certainly good to keep the team on their toes. And making sure that we're not only watching the systems very carefully, but we understand what the system is telling us, and we're adjusting based on what we understand from the data.
Yeah, and I'll add to that. So it's important to remember on Artemis 1, we didn't have a caution and warning system because we didn't have a crew on board that we needed to alert them about, right? And so while we did measure, all of the things,
What's
we
the
obviously didn't have an ecosystem on board either, so that we knew what the behavior of that was going to be. So
I've been to
this is
Blue
all part of
Balls
exactly what
and
Lakeisha
Bird
was
in
talking about,
Hand
this is learning,
Intercourse
this is learning how the vehicle operates
in Pennsylvania.
with the
They are
human
close to
system, right?
Lancaster. It's all Amish.
Okay,
there
we'll go to
also.
Bill next.
Hi, Bill
The
Harvey,
Amish
CBS
people
News.
are the ones naming
this
these
is a question I
streets.
could ask a lot, and I realize that
They really
depends on
need
who
to
you ask
get
about
out
gets
more.
answered, but, given all
Alright.
the Apollo missions, the satellites
I
that
don't
we've
know.
had around the moon at much lower altitudes than these guys are going to be at, the question I get is, what do human eyes really
Jojo
bring to this, even if they've got
2379.
nice cameras in their hands?
Also,
I don't know,
long
that's a
way from
good
the
case,
surface,
Tryon.
4,000 miles. What is this bringing that we don't
Also,
already have?
SoCal, I don't
Satellites
know what.
in past missions. And I'm not saying that
If you
as
can
a
hear
devil's
me right
advocate.
now.
I'm curious how you frame that. In
But my
terms of
mom, I told her that we wanted to go check out what you wanted to check out. She
Yeah,
said that's like
so my understanding
5
talking
hours
to
from where.
scientists is that your eyes, the human eyes,
Where,
can resolve details much better than taking a picture and then looking at the picture, even with a telephoto lens.
Where we
and
are going to
so,
be. So that's like a whole day
that
trip of
observation
driving.
that the scientists are
SoCal
looking for
_sweetie
is really what's key,
85.
even from as far
Yeah,
as
I
away
am
as you
gonna
mentioned,
see if I can still
4,000
make it.
miles. There are still things that the human eye can pick up with granularity that are important to the science community. Now, I can't talk about
I
what
don't
those
remember
specific
where
things that the science community is looking for,
where they live,
but that's my understanding.
where the new
Yeah,
address
I think
is.
I'll try to maybe repeat what I said earlier. When I tell people this, and it's really purely from a spacecraft side. When we talk about wanting
Maybe
to
we can
have a
talk
moon
about it
base,
this
wanting
weekend.
to have
I
people
can
on the surface
I can
of the
pop
moon or
in
other planets,
and
you
check
need a way
in
to transport
until I
people
find the time
safely
when you're able to talk.
to that particular
SoCal
domain.
_sweetie 85.
And to me, it's very important
Okay.
that we do everything
Unless you
we
want to talk
can
about it right now.
understand and
Unless you
provide
don't want to
that
talk about it right now.
capability
If we'd rather
in a
have it be
robust
more
and
private.
reliable way.
Probably, yeah.
And you have to
Yeah.
walk before
So.
you can run. And I think this is very important in our step towards exploration, is learning, as we talked about earlier with all these questions relative to our subsystems.
Or we could hop in Discord
learning
right
about
now.
how the subsystems
But
operate
like
in
that's
space. How do we put people in
planning
space,
stuff. It probably
especially
isn't a
to
good
the moon
idea.
first. We
It's
haven't
okay to
done
talk
that
about
in
plans
50
after they
years.
happen, not before they
This is
happen.
a whole new
with the general
generation
public.
of
Is a good
learning that
rule
we're
of
trying
thumb.
to do certainly we learned a lot from our Apollo, I call
At least
giants,
details of plans.
but we have our own learning to do, and we're trying to be more capable, and we're trying to provide more numerous opportunities to go to the moon so that we can put people down on the surface.
All right, we'll take our next question right here. Go ahead.
Hi, Michael Atkinson, Houston Public Media. I know you guys are all too familiar with the Apollo 8 comparisons to this mission. They obviously did their Christmas Eve broadcast, and Sunday is Easter. We're in the midst of Passover, and Ramadan even was a couple of weeks ago. Are there any plans to do any sort of downlinks to mark the occasion or anything like that?
So
there will be an opportunity, obviously, to hear from the crew, and we will be having a conversation in terms of what they intend to share with us. They are always inspirational in their communication with us, and we're really looking forward to that.
Okay, we'll take our next question right here.
Careful.
If I
TG
do,
SoCal_Sweetie85.
My question,
We
Howard,
can talk later.
what specific things have exceeded your expectations in terms of the Orion spacecraft?
Well, that's interesting. I would say that, just how
Okay.
happy and how
sounds good.
well trained the crew is and our teams are to just work through just minor issues that we've had. To me, it's not so much an exceedance of expectation. I expect that, but just to see it in play, just to see how well that's working out. And of course, I expect our spacecraft to perform, but you never know. This is why we have a flight test, and it makes me very happy to see that although we have some minor issues to deal with, the team operates very well with the crew, both on the ground collectively between our mission evaluation room, our flight control team, and with the crew together, working together. And of course, the spacecraft is responding in a way.
Ooh, I'm gonna
that,
go
of
get
course,
some
we
cutie
knew
oranges
about from Artemis 1.
and fuel up on
Every
some
spacecraft
drink.
is different, but
I'll
the
be right
process
back.
is the same, the rigorous
How are
testing that
you?
we do and the analysis we do. And so I would say that it's always good to beat expectations.
Richard Two with the Post newspaper. A question for Judd. Talking a little bit like a different aspect of this, with the MCC. Can you talk about so many moving parts make this mission successful coming out of that department? What's the tone and the consensus of the controllers, the directors, as they see this mission transpire, and what are they thinking as far as how things are going so far in the mission?
So my sense is that there's a lot of people that are very excited, right? And excited not only for the overall
Kinda need
general,
this.
objective that we're going back to the moon, but also just from there's a lot of time that people have invested in training for this mission, developing the mission, being able to work well with all of the teams together. And to see that come together, I think there's a lot of excitement there, and it shows.
That question, just curious, the technology has changed so much in mission control from the Apollo days to Artemis. Is there anything that you all have learned during this mission? Have you made any changes in mission control? We see the astronauts are making changes on the fly. I'm just curious to know if any changes are being made in mission control as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think you hear it in all of the funnies we see with sensors, the way they behave, the way the systems behave. That means that we're all reacting to that, and we are developing on the fly different ways.
My neighbor
that
above
we
me is
originally thought how
vacuuming.
we would operate the vehicle, and so
I
that is
just like
always
to
a
announce it because I
iterative
can hear
process,
it.
right? And I think you're seeing demonstration of that in real time, and that we're iterating on not only learning about the vehicle, but also how to iteratively operate the vehicle as well.
Okay, we'll take another question right here in the room.
Hi, Beverly Casillas for Space Scout. Thanks again for doing this. Two quick questions. The first one, so we heard that the optical communications demo is already being used to downlink some imagery from the spacecraft. It sounds like that happened overnight. Are there any plans to potentially do any transmission of live video during the mission? Is that something we would get to see? If so, and then a second question, because it sounds like Orion's maneuvering has been really precise during the mission so far. What are you hoping to learn during this mission about guidance and navigation and PNT in the lunar environment? And is there anything that you're kind of already learning about that process? Thanks.
So I think the first part for optical comm, The way the trajectory is set up, unfortunately, the only passes that we have with Goldstone are when the crew is asleep. And so anything that we have downlinked would be just, video that you're already kind of seeing, higher resolution of the spacecraft looking back at either the moon or the Earth. And so for that purposes, we're really going to just use it for high res video downlink. And then your second question.
I think I'll take that.
Yeah, why don't you take that? Yeah.
Can you repeat your second question? I think you said something.
He wants to
Here's
ask to
guidance
repeat it. That
navigation
guy
control,
was
so.
all right, convoluted. I feel
Yeah,
like.
Yeah, I was just saying because we've seen how precise the kind of trajectory planning has already been with not needing to do this correction burn. Have you been having any learnings already about navigation and PNT with the Orion spacecraft and like ground systems during this mission? And is there anything at the moon that you're also hoping to kind of learn and experience on that front?
So, we're using very traditional navigation instruments. So star trackers, the inertial measuring units I talked about yesterday. I think those are, we expect them to be precise. They're tried and true navigation instruments or sensors that are on a lot of spacecraft across the board. I think one of the things that we may have not talked about a lot is we have a capability on Orion to navigate without ground comm. And that's the optical comm system.
Cyclops _games
optical
25.
navigation
Good morning.
system.
Morning, Hubs.
And that's a camera.
I have a love-hate relationship with Twitch chat. Sometimes
a really good enough
they
knowledge,
make me laugh.
navigation
Other
knowledge
times
to
they
be able
just
to turn
piss me
crew,
off.
home and perform the mission.
Not my chat.
And so
Well,
that's something
sometimes
that's
if trolls
a
come
new
in.
capability that we're very interested in. I know the navigation team is certainly very interested. We did do some testing on Artemis 1, and we learned a lot from that. We'll learn a lot from this because it basically takes pictures and translate that size of the moon or the Earth, depending on which way you're pointed, and gives you
Did you know that oranges
navigation knowledge.
Alexa,
that.
can
So,
cutie
again,
oranges
that's
also
that's
help
tool
with
that,
your body
we expect.
absorbing
Of
iron
course,
better?
As an old controls guy, control systems, ability to have good latency or no latency potentially, and the ability to fire the jets when you need them, the combination jets you need them based on your offset center of gravity.
Yeah.
And
So the vitamin
where you
C
are
in
in terms of
oranges and
mass
cutie
properties
oranges,
are really a great knowledge
or
across the
vitamin
board
C in
of
general, I
understanding.
guess, help
We
your
put a lot of
body
effort into protecting
absorb
for
iron
a lot of
better.
dispersions, as Judd's talked about previously.
So if you're
And, of
donating
course,
plasma,
when we
that's
encounter
good.
those
You need your iron to be at a certain level
being
to be able to donate.
Control our spacecraft through them is really important as well. So all that we'll be learning. We will learn a lot, even though we have very good instruments, even though we know we have good control laws, we've implemented algorithms. Every mission is a great learning event. And,
how are you
it's
doing,
really great
Cyclops?
to see that the precision of the work we put in.
It's a nice day out today. I think we might go for a walk. My friends
and I
and
would
I.
add to that, in addition, as good as
I
the
hope we
sensors
do.
are on Orion,
I'm gonna wear my
we still
walking
have to
shoes
do
today
ranging
when I go over there.
of the vehicle to update its state knowledge every once in a while. And so, as a lessons learned from Artemis 1, we have a new suite of tools on the ground that are able to process the ranging data, and also to hopefully, what we're hoping to learn is to back out all of those, minor dispersions from, non-propulsive events that are a little bit propulsive, so that we understand that can characterize all of the error sources of the navigation state.
Okay, we'll take another question here in the room and then we'll go back to our phone bridge. Go ahead.
Thank you. Tarek Malik with Space.com. I think for Judd, there was discussion yesterday about how Flight Day 3 was a big change of pace for the crew after the first kind of action-packed couple of days. And I'm really curious how, I know they had CPR demos today, they had lunar science preps today, how that change has gone. And then I know that tomorrow they've got some scheduled time, at least 20 minutes, to take photos of celestial bodies. And I'm just curious, if it's not the Earth and the Moon, what else might they be taking pictures of at the window in their personal time?
Yeah, I mean, I think you probably saw in some of the videos that the crew has a lot more time on their hands than they did in the first days. We were able to
Cyclops _games 25.
To the media.
I'm good, hoping to go for a walk today.
The pace, yeah, I think
I hope you do too.
Tell from the downlinks that the pace is quite different than it was the first couple of days. As far as celestial, I mean, they're taking pictures of stars and moon and sun, right? So anything they can see that's of interest.
Okay, we'll head back over to our phone bridge. Our next question is from David Denault with About Space Today News. Go ahead.
I need to do a follow-up regarding the cabin temperatures. Has NASA determined a desired temperature and a desired humidity? And is there any relationship to that with the carbon dioxide?
As far as the desired cabin temperature, that is up to crew discretion, right? And so we're simply going off of what feels best to them as a consensus for the 4 members of the crew members. And humidity, we have to have some amount of humidity. I think we mentioned earlier for the carbon dioxide, we don't want it to be Arizona dry, I think is the term to use. We certainly want, but we, obviously the crew doesn't want it to be Houston humid either, right? So,
That's about right. Yeah, about 70s and about 25% somewhere around
Cyclops
there.
_ games 25.
Okay,
I
we'll
have
take
a
another
date for
question
my
from our
hospital
phone
day
bridge. Our next
procedure
one is
April
from Allison
21st.
McGraw. Go ahead.
What procedure will that be? April 21st.
Allison McGraw, Mysterious Meteorite.
So,
Congratulations
couple
on
weeks.
the continued
Cyclops
success.
_ games 25. Colonoscopy.
Planetary
A
science.
little over 2
My
weeks.
question is, given the crewed training with the
Oh, wow.
CLO for crew lunar operations, what geology or
Is that where they
image
go in from
targets
both ends
are
to try and check out your situation?
to be taken of during the lunar flyby? Thank you.
Do you have what? I don't know if you mentioned what your
We heard your
medical
conversation about the
situation is
images
there.
supporting geology.
Cyclops _ games
Yeah, so
25.
the crew is
Okay.
definitely going
Just
to
the
be
bottom
preparing
end.
themselves during the lunar
I dated a
flyby
guy
every
briefly
time,
who had Crohn's
that they are
disease,
going
and they
around
had to
the
go
moon
in
to
both
take,
ends.
images. They are actually working now with the
He seems to be
science
doing a lot
team
better
that has
from what I
gotten
spied on
underway.
Facebook.
And they are doing
I'm not gonna
preparations and working
engage.
together to figure out what
I'm
will
good.
be of interest and what they expect to see
I just like to see
on
people
Flight
doing well.
86. And so that coordination continues as guided by our science team.
Okay, we'll go ahead and come back here to the room. If I can get a show of hands, how many more questions we have. Okay, we'll jump right over here.
Cyclops _
Take a few
games
on this side, and then we'll
25.
come back over to this side.
This is a new thing on top of what I was already trying to fix.
You've talked about this
Ooh.
mission being a flight test program and an envelope
So
expansion.
that exam,
And with the
the
importance of the International
procedure
Space Station, can you maybe
is
talk about how
in
the
relation
systems,
to
in
the
Orion
stuff you're trying to
were
fix. They're just
originally
trying to
kinda
check
tested
everything out,
prior to this mission
rule
in order
out
to kind
all
of,
the stuff.
succeed?
Yeah, I'll start.
Are you
with,
nervous?
The Universal Waste
Are you
Management
glad to
System of
be
the
getting it done and
the
over with?
same, toilet was flown on space station. I think the crews there were able to operate it for roughly about 2 weeks, if I remember. And so that
Stuff
was a
like
really
that.
good,
If it was
important,
happening to me,
testing
or if
in a
I'm having a
limited environment,
surgery, I
against
just don't
our
want to
toilet,
know what's going
that
on.
we would be able to
Just
fly
do what you
through.
got to do and tell me
So
what
that's
I got to
one
do to
piece.
heal, and just
I
act
don't
like
think there's
I don't
probably
want to
smaller
know.
equipment, like for example, the CO2 removal system. The heart of it is these amine beads. They absorb CO2 and then we vent it out. The same
But I haven't had anything like that yet.
is on
I
the
had
space station.
childbirth.
Different way.
If
how
I had to have a
approach it, but
C-section,
very
I
similar
would
in
have been
terms of
like, don't
absorbing
tell
and
me
desorbing of the CO2
anything. Just do
that
what you
comes
have to
from
do.
us humans. And that was also a really good foundation to stand on, and our confidence associated with ability to remove CO2, although in a different manner on board our spaceship. So those are probably the big items that I would translate between what we've learned from space station and what we've applied for Orion.
Okay, we'll take our next question right here, and then right behind you after.
I'm just remembering that day. Okay.
In the medical equipment on board.
Going back home, went over it. That was an intense day.
Other demonstrations go.
Is
then
it
if you could
blurry or
explain
my eyes
Avatar,
blurry?
I understand what it is, but I don't understand how the chips interact with the cell samples. If you could school me on that.
Yeah.
So they haven't done the
Thank God I had
CPR
an
demo as
epidural.
of yet, or at least as I started the
I
conference.
am not a
So that's later
pain
on today.
Not a pain tolerance.
Cyclops
So,
underscore
we
games
don't have a
25.
science representative
No, I did
here
a
with us
Buttle
today,
Foundation
but it's
test
best I
and it come
understand
back
that
with blood in both
Avatar
samples,
is
so they need to
actually,
investigate. Yes,
analog
it's sending
tissue
my anxiety
samples
through the
from
roof.
crew members.
Oof.
And they have been brought on board, and there's going to be an expectation that they'll be evaluating the
I would be too,
samples
because you have to
for how
wait
they
the
react
waiting, so then your
to the
brain,
environment while
like,
they
you
are
have to
on this mission,
find a way to
including
not think about it,
reaction
or else you just
to exposure to radiation as well.
think about or
And so
Google
when it
like
gets
the worst
back,
case
we'll be very
scenario.
interested to understand what they
What
learn,
it all
both from
could
the crew
mean.
themselves as well as their avatars.
And Jonathan, if you need anything else on that, we can get it to you after the press conference. Thank
Great,
you.
thank you.
Robert Coppinger, the British Interplanetary Society's Spaceflight magazine. Do you have any information on the status of the CubeSats that
All
were
right.
deployed?
Sure. All
Let's
four
see. You said the
CubeSats
21st. I'm
were
gonna be out of
successfully
town
deployed on the
probably,
planned timeline about 5 hours after launch. There has been
but
positive communication with 2 of the CubeSat satellites.
I
The
can
one
make
from
a note
Saudi
to
Arabia
send
as
good
well
vibes your
as the
way.
one from Argentina. And then in terms of how they're faring, at this point, it would definitely be best to reach out to the payload owners in terms of how they're doing. But they absolutely were deployed as expected.
Okay, we'll take another question over here, and then we'll head back over to the right side of the room.
Hi, Katrina Miller from the New York Times. Any milestones we can expect for the rest of today? What are you three focused on for the latter half of day 3?
Sure. As was previously mentioned, we had the
Cyclops underscore games 25.
With the crew.
Exciting issues was depression, anxiety, back issues, spondylitis, L4, L5. At one point, I almost could not walk.
Also, we have
is going
as
on?
far as communications with the Deep Space Network, we're going to
Spondylitis.
test out
Alexa,
again,
what's
emergency comm
spondylitis?
mode in a more time, more deliberate fashion. And I believe Jeremy has a press conference with so it's a CSA press conference.
Oh.
And then some more planned medical conferences.
Okay, we'll take our next question from Will. Go ahead.
Hi, Will Robinson Smith with Spaceflight Now. Thank you all for the time today. Question for Howard. It might be a little bit early to ask
Sounds like
this,
a lot
but
to deal with.
from the performance you've been seeing in Orion so far on hardware and a software side,
From what you've shared already,
do you
it sounds
foresee
like you're doing what you need
notable changes or updates
be
to hardware or software for the Orion spacecraft that will fly
proactive about
Artemis
it.
3 at this point, besides the heat shield, of course.
Like, it's
and
not
then
going to
the
just
images that
magically
we've
get
seen
better,
so far for whoever
but
wants to take this. So
that's
far
good that
have
you're
come from replacement.
prioritizing your
I don't know if
health.
that's just happenstance, or if the other crew members are getting good pictures. But will we see a variety of the photography skills in the days to come? How is that kind of being decided and divvied up at this point? Thanks.
I'll take your first question. I think walking into this meeting, I think, or this mission, and hearing from you here relative to just the software changes we're talking about are going to be caution warning for sure. The limits that we put on, we're going to learn a lot from
Cyclops
this mission.
underscore games 25.
I call them software.
It's taken time and I've come a long way.
Software, but really data values for limits. So those
Good
will be
for you.
changing for sure. We have not seen any
I'm sorry you
issues
have
with
to
our
go
flight
through that.
software. The actual code itself. Of course, we'll learn a lot more as we go forward the next few days. Hopefully, we'll not find nothing. But we don't. We'll make some adjustments if
It
we need
sucks,
to.
but I'm glad that
Our
there's
software
been
development
improvement
is still
and that you
a
can
few
still
months ahead of
improve.
us in terms of completing it. We've got a lot of the software done already. Of course, we've got a lot of software for Artemis 2. From a hardware perspective, there's a lot of learning. These, I would say,
What's your level
minor issues that we've
of
encountered,
activity now?
and,
Like, are
these
you able
isolation valves, et
to
cetera, we're
do
go check those out.
any
and try to get
sports,
the
or are
root
you
cause. And if we
just
have
being
any
able to
things
walk?
that impact our ability to fly at Artemis 3, we will work that.
Hey, Howard, why don't you also touch on
Walking
the
from not being able to
different camera
move is
capabilities
pretty
to include
impressive.
mobile phone cameras, etc.
Yeah, so from an image perspective, before
It's
maybe
crazy
Joe
what
talks
our
about
minds
who's
and
gonna take
bodies can
pictures,
overcome, and how far
if you might or may not know that we have iPhones on board for the crew
down or
members,
broken
and
they
they're
can
able not only
be,
the,
and how
the
they can
Nikon
rebuild
D5s
over
and the
time.
Z9s that we have on board that we preloaded already. They were able to also take some iPhones as well. That's what Lakeisha's referring to. And so they'll get some great images from all those cameras
And I'll let Judd talk about who gets assigned the best pictures. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably just happenstance that you've seen, Reed's pictures. Every one of them are going to be taking pictures, and I'm sure once we get, are able to downlink all the pictures, I think you will see a suite of pictures from all.
Keep working at it.
Okay, it looks like we have one more in the room. Okay, we'll go ahead and take one from you, and then we'll head back over here. Thanks.
Hello, Kaya Burgess from the Times of London. Is there any plan in the future to try and overcome that?
Hello, accent.
To try and use kind of satellites at Lagrange points or wherever it might be, so that in future that communication behind the moon will be possible and you'll
Cyclops_games
never be out of
25.
signal in the future?
I'm doing
Obviously,
gym
it's possible
3
that
-4
Chinese
time a
missions
week,
that are
walking
manned
daily,
and
not
manned
doing
on the far
sports as
side. Is
such.
there
I'm
something
hoping 3 to
you're
4
looking
months I
into?
can think about doing some
So
work
our
again.
Artemis mission, as part of the administrator's Ignition initiative, he has talked about all kinds of different capabilities that we are going to try to add in a stepped approach to include capabilities on the surface on the moon, as well as communication capabilities. And relay capabilities will be absolutely a part of that for supporting us in the future.
Okay, we have another question right here. And do we have any additional questions after this
Doing
one?
gym? Whoa.
All right, one last question in the room.
3 to 4 times a week. Good for you.
A similar question, how long do you expect the blackout to be during the flyby? And given that there's no burn back there, is there any reason to be chewing our pencils? And is there anything to learn?
You're
from the
hoping in
time
3 to
when they
4
come
months you can work
back out and
again?
you reacquire signal? Thank you.
So as to your second question, no, physics just takes over, and physics will absolutely get us back to the front side of the moon. Let's see, I don't think I have the timing yet on this.
Is your, I guess, ultimately it would be a doctor
I
that
can
gets to let you know when you're ready for that?
Yeah, it's
Or do you
Somewhere
get
in
to
that
decide that
vicinity.
for yourself?
Yes, it is 40 minutes. All right, well, it looks like that's all the questions we have for today. Thank you so much for joining. We'll see all of you back here again tomorrow at 4:15 for our next mission status briefing. As always, you can keep up with all the latest news and events
Cyclops_games
during the
25.
Artemis 2 mission at NASA.gov.
It will be a combination,
Thanks for
most
joining.
how I feel.
What kind of work do you want to do? Is it like physical labor or like standing? That you want to do? Suit donning in progress.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Artemis Mission Control here at Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas. This view coming to you live from one of the solar array wing cameras on the Orion spacecraft, looking at the European Service Module and the Orbital Maneuvering System engine, also known as the OMS. We are 1 day, 21 hours, and 49 minutes into the Artemis 2 mission, the first flight of humans aboard the Orion spacecraft.
Whatever this is, I want some more of it.
Orion and her crew, Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Cook, and Jeremy Hansen, are now 111,482 statute miles from Earth and continuing to
Why do
increase
they
that
call it
distance
statute
as we
miles?
continue to grow closer to the moon, 153.
Alexa, why do space people call it statute miles from Earth? What does statute mean?
We've just wrapped up our daily press conference, during which mission management is able to answer questions from the media. We have another one of those scheduled for tomorrow afternoon at 3:30 p.m.
Statute,
Eastern Time.
not statue. Alexa, volume 5. Alexa,
We're
what
back
is
here in
what is
Mission Control
statute
Houston 24/7,
statute
providing
miles
updates
mean?
as the crew continues their work aboard the Orion spacecraft. One of the most major
Alexa, what
for
does
today
statute
was
miles
the
mean?
OTC-1 burn. That was the orbital trajectory
A statute
correction
mile is
1
just a
burn.
regular mile.
That was
5,280
timeline to happen
feet or
at
1,007
5:49
So, like,
p.m.
there's
Central
no-
Time. However,
It's
that
called
burn
statute
has
because
been
it's
canceled
officially
because
defined by
there is
law,
no need
not because it's a
to
mile of
correct
statutes.
the trajectory of Orion at
I
this
know
time.
it's not a statute.
That burn follows the
You said
translator
it wrong.
injection burn at 6:49 p.m. last night
Cyclops underscore games
Translator
25.
injection burn took us out
Be
of
standing,
high
it's
Earth
more what
orbit
I can get
and
into,
sent
so
us
most
toward the
likely
moon. It
retail
also
of some
commits us
sort.
to a
Be great if
splashdown
I can
on
get
flight day
inbound
10.
call center
Because
working
that
from
burn was
home.
so precise, teams
Hell
were
yeah.
able to cancel the OTC-1
That would be
burn
cool.
today.
Finding home jobs can be hard, I feel like. But if you have, I guess you need skills. If you have skills already or experience or whatever. My hands are dry. I'm gonna get some lotion. Cool. Good luck. Feels like you're definitely closer than farther away at this point.
Okay, suit. We have completed step 154. Suit donning is completed.
I've been trying to get my knee health back, and I have not been regular with my physical therapy, so that's pretty impressive that you have been so diligent in your
No, not the
progress.
spacesuit. The suit.
It's inspiring. Maybe I should try a little harder.
You spelled it wrong, by the way. Here. Let me change it for you. Here, let me change it. Here.
That feels good.
Oh wait. Something else.
Cyclops underscore games 25. Hardest part is the mental.
Yeah, something else.
Like the mental to motivate yourself to get it done, or the mental of uncertainty and waiting.
Sent. No, yeah, I saw it when I came back, and I didn't feel like changing. Sorry.
And
love you too,
having to
boss.
deal with it all.
So I'm gonna reconfigure us over here for the flame trench for a moment. You guys know the drill.
I feel like
Yeah, we'll
situations like what you're in is similar to like,
I'm not sure what.
this is dumb, but like having plants and like having to trust in the process and just hoping that it'll work out. Like you can't see,
Actually,
you don't know when you start if what the destination is going to look like, but you have to show up for yourself daily and 4 to 5 times a week. And sometimes the progress doesn't show right away, but eventually it starts to.
Flame trench on the YouTube
And that can
side
give
of
you
things.
some
The EJSA YouTube
fuel
channel
to
will
keep
pop back
going.
up on the other side of Flame Trench. I don't want to double stream,
I
so
don't know.
stand by for a lost signal over on YouTube. Part 6 will be
I
happening on the
admire
other side
other
of
people's
Flame
diligence,
Trench. Flame Trench is a weekly informal news show
an ability
with
to
my buddies
stick
over
with
at
things.
NASA Spaceflight. It'll be on their YouTube channel. So we will have about a 2-hour lost signal on the YouTube side of things. On Twitch, just
Why
stay
is my
here.
face itching? My hair's on it.
We'll
Get
be
off
back
of me.
in a moment. So stand by for lost signal on
Cyclops
YouTube side of things.
underscore
That's
games
going to do it for
25.
part 6.
Mental heat fighting the anxiety and the fear of failure.
On the YouTube channel.
Ooh, fear of failure. I feel that a lot.
I will see you guys then. Stand by for lost
Well,
signal
you're not
from
failing.
JSA Control as expected.
You've come a long way, so the only way you can really fail is to stop. And even then, if you stop, you could have it be a pause and then pick back up again. I hate anxiety. I hate anxiety. I'm glad I'm past a lot of it, but I still have it. But there was a time when it was the medication made it worse, and it was just like all day long. I couldn't get a break from it. So yeah. I forgot about the anxiety thing. Eesh. Do you have medications for that? I'm not allowed to recommend any, but I have one that helps me. I don't take it all the time, only when I know I'm going to somewhere socially new or if I'm just having anxiety. Okay. What's going on?
Cyclops_games 25. That the weird thing about the brain, even when we sucks, it likes to sprout doubt. Oh yes, I'm on a crap ton of meds.
I heard somewhere that the brain is just trying to protect you, and maybe it's working too hard to do that. So if you like talk to your brain to say like, I'm okay, thank you for trying to protect me, I'm okay, I don't need your help right now, you can relax, I got this. This is not a stressful anxiety situation, I'm safe, whatever. I don't know. Talk to yourself. Also, exercises like grounding exercises, naming your surroundings, breathing, getting up and moving your body. So, like if you have a depression or anxiety and you're in a spot and you don't like this cloud you're in, you can just get up and change and move the room, either walk out and come back or just go to a different area of where you live, and it can help your brain break the pattern. But sometimes with anxiety that might be harder. Anxiety and depression, it's hard, but it sometimes works for me.
Cyclops_games 25. Yes, that's very true. I'm listening to a book all about the mental states fight flight. It's called Waking the Tiger. It's very interesting.
Waking the Tiger.
Parted 7. Hey.
Hi, Parted 7.
Parted 7. Thanks for following.
Thanks for the follow. How's it going? See, you're doing a lot. You're even reading self-help books. Like you're showing up for yourself in a really cool ways. That's awesome.
Parted 7. Victory hand.
That's the victory hand? I didn't know that. Waking the Tiger. I wonder if it's at the library. Instead of Amazon. I'm just gonna look to see what it looks like. Healing trauma. It's available on the Kindle. There's a workbook for Waking the Tiger. An implementation guide to Peter A. Levine's and Annie Redwood's book. A tool to help you delve deeper into the material and engage with the content on a more personal level. Okay. That's $12. I want to read a sample. Table of contents. Shadow from Forgotten Past, the mystery of trauma, wounds that can heal, change, new land, healing and community, in trauma's reflection, the animal experience, how biology becomes pathology, breathing, how pathology becomes biology. Key takeaways, self-reflective questions. Oh, there's more. Blueprint for repetition, transformation. Okay, so you want to read the book before you use the workbook. I guess I've had my share of trauma.
Cyclops underscore games 25.
Look at it instead
I
of...
don't have the workbook. I need to get it.
What chapter are you on right now in the book? Very dancy.
Cyclops underscore games 25. IA section 2 chapter 10 in the audiobook.
Chapter 2. Okay. Is your book, what does your book look like? Does it look like an old looking tiger painting? Like, I don't know, a 70s wall poster? Or like, wait, which one are you? There's two different ones, Waking the Tiger. This one's Peter Levine and Anne Fendrick, and this one's a different one by someone else. Okay, so I want this book. If I want it. Paperback.
Cyclops underscore games 25. Peter A. Levine.
Yeah. The workbook went with this guy's name. And Anne Frederick. All right, let me read a sample. I wonder if one of my mental health people has mentioned this book before. Giving Body Its Due. Shadow from the Mountain. It's an audiobook? That might be cool. I'm gonna think about it. I'll check the library to see if they have it and if it's an audiobook. Sometimes I do better reading it because then I receive it differently. So I think I'm more visual. How many pages is this?
Cyclops_games 25. This is one of the suggested reads from a workshop I attended.
Nice. I'm not going to do an audiobook. Let me see if I can get it used, though. Paperback. Oh, it's on sale, 51% off. Oh, well, isn't that nice? I'm worth the investment. I just feel dumb because I have other self-help books I haven't read yet. I think I can read the other one after this. You can't stop me.
Cyclops_games 25. Does your livery have it?
Maybe. But I don't like... I don't know. It might. But I do know other people I can lend it to or give it to, pass it on to after I'm done. It might. Let me see if I can look into it. I don't know if I know my information. What is my username? I don't know my card number, bitch. That's one reason why I don't use the library. It would be easier. It would save me money. But I can give it to my friend after me who's been going through stuff. I can get the workbook and give it to her too. What's an e-reader? I don't think I have that. Thank you, though.
Cyclops_games25. Kindle either app or device TRP.
I think Kindle you have to pay to be able to use some stuff. I don't have an app. My Kindle's outdated. It's just a ghost now. Okay. Well, there are certain traumas that I've been avoiding, and like I've felt like I've healed, but I realize avoiding situations or avoiding triggers doesn't mean you're healed. It just means you've learned.
And I borrow books and read on my PC. I don't have to go to the library.
It just means that I've learned to avoid them. So then when things do happen that trigger me, it just brings up all the stuff that I actually haven't healed from. So it would be cool to address stuff. I want to do, what's that? That therapy. I keep wanting to do it, but I haven't done it yet. Where you use rapid eye movement and you go back into your past and you go through a memory and heal that. And then it's supposed to, if you go the earliest you can remember, if you heal something, it should then heal all the other things after that. Alexa, what's that therapy that used rapid eye movement and going into your memories?
That's EMDR therapy, eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. It uses rapid eye movements while you recall traumatic memories to help process and reduce their emotional impact.
What she said. Alexa, is EMDR?
Yes, EMDR stands for eye movement desensitization and reprocessing.
Eye movement desensitization and reprocessing.
By combining recall with specific eye movements.
I need to do that. I need to do that. We have a library and I borrow books and read them on
Cyclops
PC.
underscore
I don't
games
have to.
25.
My mom
Hugs, I
does
know
that too.
exactly
I can
what
ask
you
my
mean
mom
by you
about
thought
it.
it was okay, then you find it is not.
Thanks for understanding. That feels good. Also, I'm sorry that you understand. Ugh. I have to leave in an hour, I guess. Let me see. Did they say something? What else can I be doing?
Cyclops underscore games 25. During the trauma workshop, I found I was not over/dealt with my mom's delf.
I really like this image I saw. There's a jar with a ball in it. It's like this, it takes up the whole jar, and the ball is grief. So grief takes up a lot of space in the jar, and then there's another jar next to it where the grief is the same size, but the jar is like really big around it, saying that grief doesn't ever go away. We just learn to grow around it and grow with it. So you're not, yeah, it's going to be there. It doesn't really go away. And that's okay. Also, grief is the absence of love. So, like, if you love someone or something and they're no longer there to love you, then there's the feeling of grief to take place. So, if you're feeling grief, that's also, it's painful, but it just shows that there was love there. So, yeah. Sorry for the loss of your mom. I've lost family, but not anyone really close to me yet. Super close. When that happens, I don't know how I'm going to keep it together.
Cyclops underscore games 25.
People do.
Oh, and happy Good Friday for you.
Happy Good Friday to you too. I am very blinders on kind of person. I need to like not do that, but I don't know what Good Friday is. I hear it sometimes. Definitely forgot that's a thing. It's also Viernes Santo and Venretti Saint. I think I got a. Oh, what kind of calendar this is? Oh, it's saying Good Friday in different languages because it says Sunday, then it says Domingo and Demanchi. I don't know what language that is. Easter Monday, Lundi, whatever. I got it because I like the art. I'm not gonna. Is that like the moon, like what they're seeing right now? They're not there yet, right? Or they sent something out ahead of time to see at the moon? Is that like live footage? Not like an AI? What the fuck? Why does that make me so emotional?
Cyclops_games25. I better go make a coffee. I'm amazed been up almost an hour and not had it yet.
You haven't had a coffee yet? You usually like start out right away. Go get a coffee. I am drinking this sweet tea until it's done. Then I get to brush my teeth. Because drinking and having brushed teeth is not a good combo. Tastes awful.
Lord Brax. I'm fighting the urge to get another coffee.
I thought about it too, but I don't know if it's a good idea. I could go get. I have time. Yeah. I could go get. I have medium roast and I have some light roast floating around, so I could have a light roast one. But I don't want to make it iced. I do kind of need to make sure I have enough energy to be positive today. Can't be a Debbie Downer around other people. This music is doing it though. I could probably put it in here and then just put more ice in it. I can only have 2 cups though. Other than that, it's too much. Unless I really need it, I guess. I want to make an emote of my head doing this. Or whatever. But I used to do it when I was younger, but I don't. It's sloppy now. If I could do a cartoon version, then it might be cool.
Lord Brax. LOL.
I just gotta do it. I'm so fucking lazy. Or the fear of failure, or unknown, or I don't know how to do it. Keeps me not doing shit. I wanna go get another coffee. Are you gonna go get another one? Oh, excuse me. Is that a real life footage? Is that a footage of the moon?
Lord Brax. I think I'm going to be good, but I might go for some chocolate milk.
Ooh, I have raisins. I have one left. No, I think I drank all. Be right back.
Hatchimon. Hi.
Yeah, phone music's still happening. What are we waiting for? Okay, I'll be right back.
For the first time in 53 years, we are sending people back out to the moon. We're standing truly on the shoulders of giants of the Apollo program of yesteryear. As
Cyclops _ Games 25. Back with my copy.
To the moon for a flyby. This is the flame trench.
And here we go. There's the W. Here's ignition. Going up. Did you just do a Kerbal? Back to the moon and beyond.
Prepare
Back at home, we all have a lot of work to do, but here,
Propulsion continues to be
Collect.
We did have an
Well, you are sitting in a sunspot. You look so cute and cozy.
Bingo, right in the center.
Where's Jackson? There it is.
Back with my coffee. I'm back with mine.
That's not what we want to see.
Oh my God.
Okay.
We don't need any more of these.
What was that? Hi, Hachi man. How's it
Hey,
going?
What's going on? I'm sorry, I wasn't just doing that. I swear they just turned the cameras on without actually saying anything to me. What's going on, everybody? Well, welcome to the Flame Trench, special Artemis 2 Flame Trench. I don't know why I'm still in black and white. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. We got the Artemis 2 mission happening right now. So, I felt that was an appropriate intro here. But do we have a good one planned for you today? The Flame Trench, if you don't know, is a weekly show that we do here on NSF where we just kind of informally talk about what's going on. But
it's
usually we
cold.
talk about a bunch of different things that are happening in space, but I'm pretty sure everybody here is focused on one. And that's the Artemis 2 mission, like I was saying. Now, it's not just me by myself here. I am joined with the ever-competent cohort co-hosts. I have Sawyer with me. Oh, wait. Oh, the surprise. There's the surprise.
Stop
It was
me.
spoiled. That's not Sawyer, but it's fine. It's fine.
Go to the other guy.
Go to the other guy.
It's fine.
Go to the other guy. Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. We're totally prepared for this. It's totally fine.
No, you can introduce me, AJ. We'll roll with it.
All right. We got Das here himself for this very special Flame Trench. Das, what's going on? And Sawyer. Sawyer's here too. Sawyer's here too. Das, I'll hand it over to you here. What's going on?
Live and in full color here. We could not skip the Flame Trench this week. It has been a doozy of a week, as y'all are all aware. But we are going to have a little bit of a laid-back show here today. We're just going to talk about all the cool stuff that's been happening. Live footage of waste dumps happening on the spacecraft. What's going on with mission control, troubleshooting that's happened across the
I don't
board.
know, man.
We're just going to talk about everything. So I don't know. EJ, are you hosting? Am I hosting? Who's hosting?
I'll pass it over to you. I got the suit on, so you can host.
Well, also
Cyclops
with me
underscore
today
games
is,
25.
Sawyer Rosenstein.
Do you have a link for what you are watching?
Yes.
Oh,
Yep,
sure.
I'm doing great. I mean, this has been a wild couple of days from being at the launch to having the crew now almost
Dramario
halfway
Master.
to the moon.
https://www.twitch.tv/EJ_SA.
It sounds so casual about all these normal things like, toilets and Outlook and
I'm
360
observing. I don't know shit. I just know there's a moon involved, and astronauts and people are excited, and it's definitely a beautiful thing to be excited about as a whole
That's what that boing means,
people
in case you're
on
wondering
Earth.
why it's so jolty like that.
It's very
It's the,
moving.
if the spacecrafts are rocking, don't
I
worry,
am
we're
not
trying
gonna
to stay
cry.
in shape during our time.
Oh.
That's how the saying goes, isn't it?
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. You nailed it.
Yeah,
I always tell people crying's okay, but it's
It's
embarrassing.
interesting because that was a real thing that
All right.
I heard them talking with Mission Control about. Like, could Mission Control see when they were exercising? Because there's so many sensors and everything aboard the spacecraft, right? And when you exercise, you're exerting force in ways around the spacecraft, like you bump against the wall or you move around or whatever. You got a little bit of momentum, and so they were actually asking Mission Control if Mission Control. Wow, that's a word. Could see it on the sensors, and Mission Control said, "Yeah, we could see that on the sensors. A little bit of acceleration."
There we go. I'm not in your
from the
face.
exercise, but I think it's not changing their trajectory too terribly.
I think I'm just hormonal.
Games 25.
Breaking news is that
I
they
watched the launch and I
canceled
never
the
thought this would happen
correction
again
burn.
while I'm alive.
Did y'all hear that?
Oh,
Sawyer,
wow.
AJ?
Wait, how old were you when it
They,
happened the
they
first
gave an
time?
update there that the precision was.
Did you watch it
really
when you were
well done
little?
with the translunar injection burn, the European service module doing exactly what it needed to do. I think at one point it was a difference of like 8 meters per
0.8.
second off, or
It was
8
0.8.
meters per second off.
It was 0.8 meters per second. They
0.8.
said.
That was
Yeah.
it, yeah. So minuscule that the burn would have been so quick that it wasn't even worth it.
Okay.
So they're just going to continue on that trajectory that they have.
Not okay.
Yeah.
Cyclops underscore games 25.
Not born yet? I was
Not
like,
born
how
yet.
old are you? I can't remember if you were like 10 years older or 5.
Trajectory, right? You have your RCS threshold, you have your main
Are you in your
engines. If
40s?
a kernel crashes into your spacecraft, maybe
Cyclops
that moves the
underscore
trajectory
games
a little bit, but
25.
Okay,
in
I'm bad at
couple of
math.
I am
events and
50.
Stuff that are like,
Okay.
the wastewater or whatever.
So,
But in this
85.
mission, they're actually doing things that cause little microscopic
75.
which is very small perturbations of the orbit, like adjustments to the orbit, right?
Didn't it happen at 79?
Yeah, that's what's going on. The waste dump where they dump water from the restroom system does dump overboard. We did get some. They did.
So we
got
were
that
like
footage. It's
probably
pretty
like
cool,
a baby, like a
Howard
toddler
Newman,
or something.
The
I
NASA,
don't
the
know.
Daily Artemis press conference today
I
also
can't.
said that
Math
CO2
is not my
structures do
thing.
vent as well. Yeah, and once again, they vent and those do perturb the craft. They're picking it up
Well,
on
they-
the
Cyclops
Orion's
underscore
inertial
games
measuring
25.
IMU,
Oh, it's 69.
1969 was
I thought I
moon
was-
landing.
definitely like kind of near the
But they
toilet
did
in the
something in
spacecraft's design.
79,
Like,
maybe?
I don't know what that
Alexa,
means.
what was the last time we did something to do with the moon?
But yeah, this is the kind of stuff. This is how
I
you
don't
got
have
to deal
any
with real space
specific
flight.
memories
None of
of
this
us doing
happens in
something
Kerbal.
moon
I mean,
related.
the other
I mean, not me and
Would you
you.
like to
take
do
into
something
account is
fun
like
with the moon now?
Alexa, when was the last time people visited the
session,
moon?
right? And obviously solar winds too. And all that stuff's going to blow
The
the
last
capsule
time
around, but
humans
hey,
visited
they
the
have
moon
space
was in December 1972 during the Apollo
meteorological
17 mission.
forecasting, just like they do.
What did they do? Did they land on the moon or did they just go look at it?
Honestly, Orion's got fair seas now. So
The Apollo 17 astronauts definitely
It was
landed
interesting
on the
because they were
moon.
talking about,
They
you
spent
know,
over 3 days there,
these things aren't
completing
really
3 moonwalks
supposed to
and driving
change the
around
orbit of the
in a lunar
spacecraft.
rover.
It's not like we're, oh, does that make them back again?
1972.
It's not like
Alexa,
we're
when was the
intentionally
first moon
changing the orbit of the
landing?
spacecraft by dumping the water overboard, but
The
it
first
does
moon landing
happen
was
a
on
little
July
bit,
20th,
and it adds up.
1969,
And I
during
think
the
the
Apollo
interesting
11
thing
mission.
was all of those little perturbations
Apollo 11.
from all of the like breathing the life of the spacecraft
Okay.
so far had only
Apollo
added up to
11
like
launched on
0.8
July
meters per second
16th,
difference. And so
1969,
in the
with
press
Neil
conference,
Armstrong,
they just told
Buzz
everybody,
Aldrin,
hey,
and Michael
0.8 like
Collins.
wasn't even
Armstrong
enough
and
to even
Aldrin
try to
landed
worry
on the
about doing
moon
the
on
burn,
July
right?
20th,
Like how do you
while
like
Collins
oh,
orbited
0.8 meter per
above.
second burn, like
Armstrong
right?
became the first
So
human
they're
to
just
walk
gonna
on
let
the moon,
the differences
followed by
continue
Aldrin.
to add
They
up,
spent
and then
about
at a later
2.5
burn they'll
hours
do
on the
another
surface
course
before
correction.
returning to Earth on
Who
July
remembers the name of the
24th.
burn? Was it a
They only spent 2.5 hours after all that traveling? That's crazy.
OTC, not a ruined
Um,
airport terminal.
what was
It
I
is
gonna
an outbound
say?
It does
trajectory
seem
correction.
surprisingly brief,
OTC,
but they packed a lot
OTG
into those
experience.
2.5 hours on the lunar surface.
TSC from the
They
OTG
actually
experience
accomplished a
here.
lot.
But anyways,
Want to hear what specific experiments and tasks
you
they
can't move the
completed?
chairs. Why can't
Sure.
you move the chairs? It's like the most frustrating thing at the end.
Wow, they
Yeah.
packed quite a punch in that
I
short
think it's
time.
really cool. if we could
Armstrong
take
and
a second
Aldrin
to talk
planted
about
an
that
American
waste
flag,
management
spoke with
system.
President
One thing they
Nixon,
pointed out on the
deployed
ground is that
scientific
it's
instruments,
extremely loud,
and
so they
collected
have to wear ear protection
21.5
while they're in
kilograms
there.
of lunar
But
material.
it took them a while
Want
to
to
get
know
the
why their
toilet
moon
working,
visits were
and
kept so
eventually
short
they
during the
did.
Apollo
Apparently,
program?
they just didn't
Not right
find
now.
it enough, so they put in water to begin with to get the system activated and
okay.
ready before they put anything that
So yeah, you were not
was
born yet.
ammonia-based in there. And so apparently it wasn't enough, so it took them a while to troubleshoot
Neither was
it,
I.
figure it out, recycle it, turn it off and on again, pour in 250 mils of water instead.
What have we
and
been
then
doing
things
with
started
space?
working.
Like, there's
And
been
so, of
other
course, as
space
they've now been doing
things.
that,
What it?
they did mention today that they want to keep the amount
Oh,
in
well.
the wastewater tanks on the lower end. So that means more of the wastewater dumps, shall we say. And in case you haven't seen what one looks like before, we actually have video of them. Christina Cook
What have we been
took one
doing
of the
since
cameras from inside the
1969?
spacecraft and put it up to the window to see it.
I love the thinking on the fly here, like they were doing the overboard waste dump, and she grabs the camera and she gets it to the other side of the console and like starts to point it over towards the window. It'll take a second to get that, but
I think Kevin has it up. You should, we gotta check this out. Ready for it, Kevin?
I'll be starting in about 5 minutes. There it is. There it is.
I'm gonna go ahead and close.
Doesn't look like much.
24/7. No, that had to come from Discord or something.
That was through PO3.
Yeah, I didn't see that there. Nice. This has some audio that we recorded earlier, apparently, while we were preparing wondering,
where-
where
where
should
should
I watch? Should I just have the
It's two dots. Oh, that's what I thought.
I only
It
have
was
one
the other one.
screen.
But yeah. Anyway,
Dude, is it bad if I was
You can
just
like either in Discord.
Wow, who is that person? That
What is
sounds
this
just
called
like
again?
yeah.
Artemis.
That really messed
a
with me for a
blast.
second.
Blast from the past, much like the wastewater dome there outside the side of Orion. I can't wait till they start to get the conspiracy theorists after that one. Like, oh, those aren't stars. What is that going past the window? The UFO? Little tiny lights flying around the Orion spacecraft. It's like, nah, man, that's wastewater.
Okay.
It's just like
Yeah, I'm just
it's all
chilling.
good.
Okay.
You know what? I've been covering the mission over on my end for a little while now, and honestly, so two things.
Okay, I have to ask.
One,
Alexa, have we gone into
I've been
space
talking about
since
that toilet for like 3 days straight.
1972, or have we just recently been starting to go
Like,
into
we're
space?
Cyclops_Games
crazy amount of time.
25.
The second thing is, dude, you know,
We have
I
done
haven't
3
been
different
watching the
space
way- what
stations
is
and
that? That's
robotic
not- like,
exploration.
Actually,
Mostly to the
that
International Space
majority
Station.
of questions have
Just
been quite
recently,
good.
on
To be
April
honest,
1st,
like, and that's
NASA's
just me throwing
Artemis II
myself out
mission
on the internet and
launched,
be like, yeah, I'll answer
sending
whatever.
astronauts around
You
the
know?
moon for the
You
first
have
time
not
since
been
Apollo.
in the 9 million reach NSF social media networks then, EJ.
We have done 3 different
Right.
space stations
The
and robotic
Freebirds
explorations.
over in a lot of the comments.
Why?
In fact,
Why
we're
did
trying
we
to go
wait
through
so
some
long to go to the
valid
moon, and why are we
questions.
going
People that
now?
don't really understand the physics of how the burn worked, or
Alexa, why did we wait?
We waited until 1969 due to Cold War urgency and technological readiness.
Right, like there are
We're
some good
returning now
questions that I
because
think
of new
are based
scientific
in
goals,
a misunderstanding or a
technological
lack of
advances,
basis
and
knowledge,
international
right?
cooperation
So it'd
opportunities.
be good to help people understand that, but of course you get
That's cool.
so what did I said something on what did I say
Yay.
on X? I was like,
That's a
oh,
good
geez,
way to
if the full
counter.
moon brings out the crazies. Imagine what a mission to the full moon brings out.
A good way to bring people
They're
together
definitely
to
down in the
not
comments,
want
I'll
to
tell you that
fight.
much.
See, you know, if that does happen,
Yeah,
and,
a goal
it
of-
has been rare, but if that does happen, I usually
Whatever.
just change the subject back to the toilet, and that just
I don't know.
people are really interested in that.
Anyway,
When in doubt.
Hey, you know, I said it once, I'll say it again. Like,
Science
getting
is
that
cool.
thing to work is kind of a big deal. Like, you
so a
don't
lot of
think
it's
about
over my head, but I still think it's cool.
That doesn't work. You've got big problems, right? Like,
I mean, absolutely. I am still curious, and I don't know the right time. It almost feels like the moment has passed, but I am curious if they couldn't have commissioned the toilet, would that? We asked this on the stream. Would that have been like a no-go, or is there a special set of mission operational plans or something like that? If the toilet's not working, we made this big deal about going boldly where no toilet has gone before, because Apollo didn't have toilets; they had bags, right? To deal with the waste.
Oh,
And so this toilet is the first time we've sent a toilet beyond low Earth orbit, or a little bit further, I guess, than that. Surely they would have shut down the mission. No way.
Think so? I mean, no way. We heard them on day one talking about having to dispose of or empty one of the CCUs, the collapsible contingency urinals that was used by at least one of the crew members after launch. And of course, this morning, they were also talking about organizing all of their waste from launch. So all of the different wrappers and things that they were opening up. And one of those did include the double Ziploc bag seal with the odor removal that they used for the maximum absorbency garments from launch. So
I heard that. They said mag. They didn't say like diapers or anything like that. They were like, yeah, we're dealing with the mag waste. I was like, mag waste?
Yeah.
The mag you're talking about? Like, we talking about the same mag here?
Oh yeah, with the odor removal in the double Ziploc bag, I think it was the same mag.
They got a double Ziploc bag. They got like a dryer sheet in there to remove the odor. They're talking about inserting the odor removal slip or whatever it was sheet, and then they got it double bagged. And they're like, you know, what do we do?
We
with
need that for
mag
car
waste?
rides.
And I was like, I think you're talking about like magazines here.
Everybody needs. If you have a big car of people and everybody has to go to the bathroom at different
I'm glad that
times.
they're airing all of this out here. So
Oh,
of
yeah.
course,
Nope.
this is
We're only
super
pulling
serious
over
and
at
everything,
certain
but
pit
we are
stops.
hearing as
Here's
much
your
as we
baggie.
can from the feeds, and we're talking about again, Microsoft Outlook troubleshooting, 360 cameras not staying in 360 mode, cleaning up urine issues, all of these human things. And one of the big ones they were talking about was the system that they use to refill
3
the
different.
water bags that they drink
We have
from.
done 3 different space
Apparently,
stations.
it's
What
like
is a
if you have
space
leaky
station?
bottle
What do they
and you
use
turn
it
off
for?
where it just keeps dripping still afterwards. They were having that
Just
issue.
to
They would
collect
turn it off, and then
information?
it would still be putting water out, which was
Is
an issue
it's something
when
you
they
can
removed the
land
bag. All of a
on
sudden the water
to?
goes out, and now there's water bubbles everywhere
Like
and floating around. So
fuel
they
checkpoint
had to wrap a
at all?
towel around it and basically leave the bag attached for an extra couple seconds after turning it off to avoid water floating everywhere. I like they're adding the human elements.
This is why we need experience living and working in space around the moon, right? Like we need this
Cyclops
experience. Who
underscore
knew
games
that you needed
25.
to leave the bag attached for a
People
little bit
live in
longer
them
after
and
you
do
turn it
research.
on. You
Oh.
get globes of water floating around the space.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Honestly, we joke like we ask questions about the toilet. Sawyer, I know during the press conference you asked
They just
about the
live out
slide,
in space.
the escape slides, right?
Yep.
And the fantastic thing is we're
Or
worried
wait, are
about
the space stations grounded or are they out in
right?
space?
We're worried about let's grab the camera and show the waste dump real
If
quick.
it's called a
We're
space
talking
station,
about
I'm
the
assuming
spacecraft,
it. I don't know. I don't.
vibrating, the spacecraft moving as they exercise.
Very
We're not talking
unaware.
about a big problem with the mission. And so the mission at this point is going so smoothly that we can talk about all these small human element factors. Like literally they were talking for 10 minutes earlier about where they should put the trash. Like, we made more trash. We were unpacking stuff and we made more trash than we thought we were going to make. Some of this trash we want to keep, like special baggies for special things. If they have padding or bubble wrap or whatever, and we want to keep some of those. But this trash, where should we put it? And EJ, I don't know if that's like a normal thing. Like, I didn't think the astronauts would ask mission control which like container to put their trash in, but I guess that makes sense.
You got to balance the ship, dude. You got to right the ship. Not a lot of. I actually had a whole thing about this on my end. Like Orion does not. The center of gravity of the capsule. So the center of mass of the capsule is not in the dead center of the capsule's long axis, right?
Mm-hmm.
So where you put stuff absolutely matters. We see a similar phenomenon on Dragon. Actually, they like, where do I put this? Where do I put this to keep the ship on an even keel, so to speak? And in this particular
Alexa,
case, on an
are
even
the
keel,
space
it's making
stations
sure
out
that
in space or are they on
the
the planet
HA-10,
Earth?
your surface propulsion system in the European service
Space
module
stations are
is pointing through the
located in
center of
Earth's
mass when you go
orbit,
to find
not
the
on the
engine.
planet.
If you
The
guys remember,
International
Cyclops
Space
underscore
Station
games
and
25.
Planck Station are currently
ITY
operating
orbits you may
They
have
had
heard of the
about
ISS.
250
off a
miles
little bit.
above
Yeah,
Earth.
absolutely.
You can even see it there.
15
Yep.
miles. Alexa,
It
how
is.
many
Yeah,
how
that
many
engine
miles
right
above
there
Earth?
is pointing downward, right? To push through the
Space
capsule's
stations
center of
orbit
gravity.
about 250 miles above
That
Earth.
engine can only turn
Did you
so
know the
much,
International
right? So you're
Space
going to have to
Station
keep,
travels
like I
at
said, it's actually, you know, I say
17,500
keep
miles
it
per
on
hour?
an even keel,
No.
like it's a figure of speech, but that's actually
Close
what's
enough.
going. It's actually what's going on here,
Got
right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, if your propulsion is not pointing through your center of mass on a spaceship, you're going to, instead of translation, instead of going forward, you're going to turn. Turning is not useful if you're trying to go forward, right? Like, it's not rocket science. Wait.
That's another thing that I think a lot of people don't.
I knew that there's like
understand. At this point, it's
satellites.
rocket piloting.
That's
It's like
all I
rocket.
knew.
We've gone beyond rocket engineering, and it's like rocket operations, right? But I imagine that when they do the burns, they all have to get in specific.
ISS maybe
parts of the
sounds a little
cabin,
familiar.
right? The seats are folded away, if I'm not mistaken. Right, Sawyer?
Maybe.
The
Or maybe I
seats
just
out of the
want
way,
to
I'm pretty sure.
make it
Yeah,
sound
they're out of the
familiar.
way.
Even the people. the
Alexa,
mass
what
of the people
years
inside
did the
spacecraft
space
has to be in
stations go out in
some
space?
known predicted position when they do the burn, because if everybody
Earth
stacks up on one side of the spacecraft,
Salute
the
1,
burn's going to be on.
launched in
Right.
1971.
Cyclops
So I
underscore
really
games
wonder
Skylab
25.
followed in
not the sort of
One
thing
of the
you
first
think
was
of, like,
called Skylab. It
does
grazed into
it
the
have
Western
meat
Australian
popsicles right
outback.
inside that may
started
shift
in
around at different
1998
positions, so
and
the
has been
burn's going to do what the burn's
continuously
going to do.
occupied since
But when you have
2000.
people aboard, it's a different thing, right? You have to deal with the fact that there are people in there and they're moving things around inside
One of the
spacecraft.
first was called
And where is the
Skylab.
trash going and how much water is in
Crashed
this tank?
into Western
I
Australia
really do
outback.
think that this is part
Oh
of
dang!
the
Skylab
importance of
crashed
the
into
mission.
parts of
All
Western
these little
Australia
human
and the
factors
Indian
that you
Ocean
just
on
don't
July
have when
11,
it's a robot or a
1979.
satellite spacecraft
Did
or
you know a
whatever.
town in Australia jokingly
You have to
fined
think through
NASA
these
for
things,
littering?
and this is getting us some experience on how do you deal with a spacecraft that's carrying humans this
No.
far, right?
I think that in the press conference there was a question
All
that
right.
was asked.
Thanks for the space
that
chat.
was, you know, what's the difference? You know, why are
Alexa,
humans out there? What's the scientific
was there
contribution
anyone
humans
in the
to
Skylab?
pictures of the moon, right? Like,
No,
what do you mean?
there was no one on board Skylab
What do
when
you
it
mean?
crashed.
It's
Oh,
not
good.
about
Space
that. It's
station
like
had been
taking pictures, like
unoccupied
because the
since
question was like, hey, what are they
1974.
going to add?
And
We
by the
already
time
have
it
tons of
re-entered
pictures of the
Earth's
moon.
atmosphere in
I think that
1979,
like kind
it
of
was
is
an empty
missing
vessel.
the point.
Mm.
The point here is that we have a system that can enable humans to take pictures of the moon.
Oh good.
That's the scientific contribution here, not the pictures
Exactly.
themselves. That's just a
Safety
bonus,
first,
right? Like,
even for space stations from the 70s.
just
This question was a little strange. I'm like, wait, what?
It's almost like I understand. People want to understand, right? But it's like, oh, why is it so important to send people out there like with cameras with their eyeballs? Like, who cares? We have satellites that can do that, right? Well, it's not just about getting the people's eyeballs out there. I think that's like an added benefit, like getting some human hands on a nice camera or an iPhone, either one.
Cyclops
and
_games
having them
25.
take photos of things that they're
That's
seeing,
our
like
humor
that
along with
shot
the
of
Drop
Earth,
Bears
the
Day
backlit Earth.
prank that the whole of
Those
Australia
are
has got
things
together
that
on.
are important to get in their hands. But EJ, you're exactly right. The cool thing is that the human is there, and the human is like combat effective, operational in the spacecraft. And it's just an added benefit that the human happens to have eyeballs or hands that can operate a camera or whatever, right?
Excuse me.
It's a lot more than just, we sent them on a joyride around the moon.
Whoops.
Like, it's not that at all.
That's
Yep,
our humor
absolutely.
along with the Drop
We're restoring
Bears.
human
A
exploration
prank
access to the moon. I mean,
local
that's
Australia
it.
has got
People don't like
together.
why we send out humans.
What?
Well, we're trying to build a moon base, a habited
Drop
moon
Bears?
base. So being able to get humans to the moon's kind of, need that. Just saying.
It's been a while. It's been a while since we've done it.
It's kind of important if you want to put people in moon base. Having a way for them to get there is, probably something. you shouldn't
Alexa,
forget
what's
about.
the Drop
Just put it out there,
Bears
like-
prank in Australia?
Yep.
There's a couple of things about
The
that
Drop
question,
Bear
because,
prank is
that
Australia's
one, I
ultimate
think, caught
tourist
all of our
scam.
ears
It's a
when
fictional
that
fierce
happened.
koala that
Um,
supposedly leaps from
one thing
trees
worth
to attack
noting is that
unsuspecting visitors.
these people
Aussies love
can
playing this
look at
joke on
something and go, "Ooh,
newcomers.
look at that," and then
Mm.
grab a camera and take a picture of it. If it's a
Yep.
satellite, you have to
Okay, cool.
command it,
Well,
and it is
now I know
stuck in whatever
that
orientation
it's a
you
prank.
have.
I'll
the
play
person,
into it.
they can
Maybe
look
if I
out the
ever.
window, they
I'm not.
can
I don't
move
know.
around,
I
they
might
can
travel
move the
someday. Who
lens
knows?
around, they can zoom
You
in
could
and out on
totally
their
mess
own
with the
in a
locals
matter
by
of seconds.
pretending to be
Or
terrified of
like the
trees.
case of,
Though they
the
might
picture
appreciate
behind
someone
EJ
who can
right there.
play along with their
That came
legendary
down to the
prank
moment
game.
of
Maybe.
right after the TLI burn, there was a moment where Reed said, "Oh my God,
Keeping
I
your
gotta take a
options
picture
open.
of this."
I
And
like
then
Get
that
out of the way,
the
EJ.
photos that he
You
sent.
can
Roll
always
out of the
test
way.
the waters with a
We
casual,
like rolling chairs around here.
no.
Get out of the way. Let us
Are
see the
there
moon.
drop bears
Thank you.
around?
Hey, it's
And
where
see
the
how
video
committed
is.
they are to
Drop
it.
Bears? That's what they're
Hey,
called?
it's a chair, too.
Oh.
There you go.
okay.
Look at that.
Got it.
That's what
But yeah,
our
I have to use the
presentation is. We're
restroom.
just going to show EJ's background. Go, Sawyer.
This
Sorry.
was literally a shot
I
where
want to see this Earth, though.
right after
View.
TLI, we heard it.
It looks like a marble.
Stream yesterday of, look at that out the window. Wow. And then they grabbed the shot. So,
Sit
I
EJ
mean,
back down before NASA administrator cuts his thumbs off.
come on back in. But yeah, that was the benefit. When people ask what the benefit is, of
So
having
from
these
far
cameras
away,
out
you would
there,
think
there you go.
if you were
That's
from
the
somewhere
reason
far away
why.
and you
Yeah,
see
yeah.
Pluto and
Hey, let me
Jupiter and
say
Saturn,
thanks
and
to
you see
some
that there's
support real quick. Y'all
no
know the
life,
drill.
no
Like,
life,
we
no
don't have
life, no
magical
life, and then
funding
you
fairies who
see
just bless
closer
us
to the
with free
sun that
money.
it's hot, and like, there's probably no life there either. No life, no
Hey,
life.
thanks.
Like,
Let me
what if
say
they don't
thanks to
ever
some folks real
venture
quick, 'cause that's how we're able
to
to do all
Earth
this
to
coverage for you.
see?
Oliver Riemann says,
Because from
somebody's
far
gotta
away,
do
it just
therefore
looks
bless this
like
stretching,
another
bless the
planet,
Orion
you know?
capsule with all its habitats.
Oh,
Thank you, Oliver Riemann. The
I'll be right
call
back.
out to Space Hope there. Let's click display. What a cool new interface that Jade has made. This is too cool, honestly. We've got Mike Alpha Tango Sierra gifting 10 Red Team memberships. Appreciate you there, Matt. We've got Wilbo who did 10 Red Team memberships. Good to hear you, Wilbo. We've got Bideford here. Well, EJ portraying a 1960s black and white TV newsman. Almost didn't recognize you. Thank you, NSF, for all your coverage. Thank you for all your support.
Thank you very much for all your support. We really appreciate the contributions here on Fast Spaceflight.
Did Kevin program a black and white button so we could just make EJ black and white?
We
for a
absolutely
whim now?
did. And what I have to do now is talk like this anytime he shows the black and white camera.
Oh my God. Can you imagine Walter Cronkite reading Super Chat?
Walter Cronkite had that sweet TV funding. He didn't have to worry about that.
He didn't have to worry about it.
Thank you, EJ. We need to make EJ read some super chats in the in the tone of Walter Cronkite. Hey, we've got Noir Toil. I'm sorry if I said that incorrectly, but we had some super stickers there. That's a new one. Wilbo said that's a scary black and white EJ. It's all good. Scary black and white EJ can't hurt you. It's okay. We had a tip from Chris Bay to tips.nasaspace.com that says, here's to the director's coffee fund. I know that the showrunners have been needing a lot of that lately. Thanks for the great coverage, and that went straight over to tips.nasaspaceflight.com. And then Jerwa did $50 to tips as well. We appreciate you there. And I was blindly scrolling back, but then I have come to this one that I did not see. $500 from Flatnick here, in appreciation of the enormous amount of time and energy you guys and gals have put down for our nerdy entertainment and enjoyments. Thank you from Norway, Flatnick. Thank you from Norway. I'm in Andoya right now. Don't tell anybody. But thank you from Norway as well on the show, and the $500 of support, keeping the things going here. Yeah, you can tell people I'm in Norway. That's fine. I already done it. We really do appreciate you. We cannot keep this going without your support. It doesn't matter if it's $5 or $500. Everybody is welcome. But gosh, $500 is an awful lot of money. So thank you. Did I do it right? Yeah, I did do it right. It does say it down there right below me. How cool is that? Thank you so much for the support. How do I get it off? I click that. Okay.
Dustin, you ever seen that footage that's floating around on the internet of the weather guy figuring out that he can zoom in on the weather app that he's using?
That's a touchscreen, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a touch
He's like,
screen.
oh, you can do this. That dude totally reminded me of that.
Dude, actually, this is a touchscreen laptop. Like, I could actually tap these things and put the camera scroll. I can. It works. Look at that. How cool is that? I need a behind-the-scenes camera so y'all can see me scrolling and tapping super chats. Hey, I'll read some more in a minute, y'all. There's some that are marinating a little bit here, but I don't want to make the entire show about it. But there wouldn't be a show if y'all didn't show up to support us. So you're watching, you're doing super chats, you're grabbing merch. I don't know. We still have we're like down to 10% of the pins left. We're almost sold out of the Artemis pins, the Artemis 2 pins, and we still have some of the patches available, but those are selling out. The pins are super popular with y'all. Yeah, look at that. We're just making Kevin jump on the fly here. Kevin didn't know I was going to do a merch vlog. I wouldn't asking Kevin to display anything, but
patches are really nice, by the way. The quality of them, they're nice and thick and sturdy. Really good.
Yep. I still need to finish up that video. We have a video tour of the patch factory. Like, we actually visited and saw the patches being made in person. They're done right up the street from, not right up the street, right up the freeway, I guess, from me in North Carolina. They're about a 2-hour drive from my house. And we went over to the patch factory and we recorded some patches being made. But I've been super busy lately and I have not had the chance to finish that video. So I'll get that to y'all as soon as I can. But anyways, it's a ton of fun. We wouldn't be here without y'all. Let's hop back in and continue talking about the Artemis 2 mission, shall we? We could ask some questions here, I think, right? Let me see if I can't scroll through and grab a couple questions. Yes, Norway, yes way.
Yeah, well, it was probably an Australian that asked that. Norway.
No.
Oh, no.
And I have now just angered even more of our audience. Sorry about that.
Oh no. We should hold that for now. I can see producer things on this end, and we need to wait for a good time to actually display that graphic. Next time.
Come
No.
on, Rick.
Y'all can't see it, can you? Oh, I'm in the full studio here. I can see stuff y'all can't see.
Oh.
All right.
What are you
We'll
talking
hold on
about? I'm in space. There's an Earth behind me.
EJ, you don't have
EJ's
on.
the one wearing the suit, so.
No, but it's the wrong type of suit. It's not a space suit. It's an EJ suit. Edgar suit.
Give me water. With sugar.
Sugar water. Oh,
the toilet is not working. Sorry.
Okay, if you're gonna do Cronkite, I gotta work on my George Dillon.
Cronkite? No. It was so close.
All
So
three engines up and burning. 2, 1, and lift off of Discovery. It is clear of the tower.
Let's get this question real quick. It's a comment from Dronners, right? A little bit of a poke here. NSF, crewed spaceflight is great and very exciting, but it's not really necessary until we go interplanetary. Actually, it says interstellar, and is likely slowing our exploration of the solar system down. wants to respond to that? Black and White Sawyer or Suited Iche? 3D buttons to hit. Like, man, somebody buzz in.
Yeah. What is Interstellar is travel is important to us. I'll take Orion toilets for 500.
EJ, just double. Is crewed spaceflight slowing us down? Question mark.
I don't understand.
But obviously,
What do you mean by crewed spaceflight? Like sending people to the moon, slowing down
Cyclops
anything out there is smart
25.
enough to keep checking each planet.
Welcome back.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not really like I don't want to be like question with a question, but that I think that feeds into a kind of a false dichotomy here. That false dichotomy is that science exploration is at odds with human exploration. That is not how this works in any way, shape, or form.
Okay. I should probably eat something again before I go.
Should be symbiotic to your scientific exploration, right? You say like, oh, well, why don't we just go explore Interstellar? I mean, I would argue that James Webb is doing a pretty good job of doing that right now, but yet we also have a crewed
Thanks
space
for the
capsule
welcome.
going out to the moon with 4 people on board. This is not one or the other. Hold on.
Today I'm going to listen
There we go.
and not tell people how to feel about their feelings.
To get a good electrode connection to the
Keep my feelings out of it.
It never indicates a good connection. I verify that I'm doing the holding per 2.1.
My job is just to listen.
And I have a good connection. I just never get past the screen that says touch the electrode to start recording.
God, I love this color. It's so happy.
One idea I have is that maybe it has to do the low state of charge of the phone.
What are we talking about? Is anyone else listening in?
Cyclops _ games 25. LOL, I was having similar thought I should eat something before I get changed and walk to Surfers.
Is Surfers a restaurant?
Over to you for any ideas.
I'm feeling like something
Probably
easy.
gonna talk
Like
about it
just
and
get
copy
some
it.
crackers,
Like copy it
cheese,
and then
and
talk about it
meat.
for a minute.
Listen
bet
and
you.
pile it on. I mean, I know I'm not paying attention all 100%, but it's I like feeling connected to
Or
this.
tablet? It sounds like it's connected Bluetooth to the iPhone or whatever, which is only at 14% battery, which another human effect there.
Thanks for that. Good reporting. One thing you might try is plugging in the medical tablet to increase the charge and see if you see green dots on the display.
Wait for him to copy it.
Okay, and to clarify, you mean just plug it into charging off of our USB charger or plugging it into the PCC?
Would it be cool if you could take your cats places? Like there's like a cat park where you can bring your cat.
We are still following the mission comms in real time.
Or like
Yeah.
you can.
So
I guess
okay,
I could
time
put
out.
my cat in a backpack.
It used
but
to
he wouldn't
be
like it.
as far back as The Martian that you haven't colonized a place
Or, like,
until you've grown crops.
How people bring their dogs. It'd be
I
kind of
would
cool
like
to
to
not have your cat
that you haven't
be
colonized
without
the
you
place
all day.
until you've had to deal with USB low power charging on your medical tablet.
So,
Yep.
2 slices of cheese.
Who amongst us
Eight
has been like, oh
crackers.
no, it's not working because my phone's too dead. I can't run an update. The battery's too low. Apparently same problem in space here on
That's all I need.
Yeah, 14% battery.
That'll be substantial
They
enough.
do notice I mean, Bluetooth only brings it. Yeah, we're talking about Bluetooth connectivity here. The other thing they were talking about when they first got up
Cyclops
there,
_ games 25.
wireless
Surfers is sort for Surfers Paradise. It's a location on the Gold Coast. It's one of the main tourist locations.
So it's a like a
mind-boggling
hiking
that we're
surf
sending
spot,
people to the
walk
moon,
spot,
and we're talking about charging up tablets
beach
and wireless
spot.
speakers.
I think this is a new thing. It's the farthest that Bluetooth
I
has
hate
gone before.
fucking
has been
bras,
pointed out on our
man.
back channel. There are many firsts in this mission. Farthest
I
use
still
of
can't hear
Bluetooth.
very well. I'm gonna try
Actually, I
to-
don't know if that's true. Was it past?
Cyclops underscore games 25.
You know, it's funny you
Shopping
mentioned
and
that. I can
beach
speak
and
to this if
restaurant.
you want. Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, DOS.
We got
all
we got a few beaches out here.
all those little things that we use to move data over one frequency. Wi-Fi's on
Two
one frequency,
slices of
but multiple
cheese,
data
really?
channels. That all comes from the Apollo program. I'm serious. I've been reading a lot about this lately. The Apollo program used phase modulation on top with frequency modulation on top of it to be able to basically transmit multiple
Cyclops
data streams
underscore
uplink,
games
downlink
25.
over one frequency.
I must remember
That
to
is
take
what
photos
Wi-Fi
and put
is.
in
That's
Discord.
That's how that works. That's how Bluetooth works too.
That would be cool.
So it's kind of interesting here. We've come full circle. We've come full orbit, I should say. That Bluetooth device is using something very similar to what we used 50 years ago to just communicate.
It was like a free return trajectory on technology or something. I don't know.
Yeah, all right. Hey.
Not a slingshot. Not a slingshot.
Not a slingshot. No, it's like a braking maneuver more than a slingshot.
By the way,
What I go ahead, Sawyer. Sorry.
No, you go ahead. I was going to ask something else.
What I was going to say is that I am pretty happy here to hear a little bit more about the integration of consumer technologies into this. We didn't need NASA to design like NASA Tooth or whatever, and it's this special NASA version, blah blah blah. Like, oh no, it's not Bluetooth at all. We had to do it from scratch because that's the only way to make sure that it was safe to use in the spacecraft, right? You have the tablets, you have the iPhones they've talked about, the consumer cameras, prosumer cameras, whatever you want to call the Nikons they have on board. Probably some Nikon people are going to crucify me for that one, but whatever.
I won't, don't worry.
Okay.
I should not yes.
To hear that they're using these sort of off-the-shelf commercial technologies instead of having to roll some special NASA thing from scratch tells me two things. It's number one, NASA can probably accelerate things by using some of these off-the-shelf technologies. And number two, I forgot what the second thing was.
Yeah.
I had a whole
This time you
thing.
slept.
Darn.
But
Really dark.
yeah, and that's the other thing is for a while they weren't really saying what they were bringing up. They were bringing up cell phones, portable devices. Now they're just flat out saying, "Hey, my iPhone picture is really good." On it. They're just calling on the iPhones now.
It's like the
kinda cool, and the
chocolate-coated candy,
cameras-
right?
Yeah.
Like they're not allowed to say
where they
M&Ms.
couldn't
They're
call
supposed to say
M&Ms.
chocolate-coated candies. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, where they couldn't take M&M. So the joke was that there was someone at NASA whose job was to lick off all the lettering so that they didn't have the M's on the M&Ms. But I heard that joke when I was at KSC for the first time back in 2009, and I still love it. But yeah, I mean, like when we talked with Don Pettit when he was up in space, when Jack did the, I think it was Jack that did the interview about the camera work that they had. He was talking a little bit about the technology of the camera work and what he's shooting with, but the fact that here we are out at the moon, they said they have over 3
If I ever go to the
different
beach, I'll take
cameras
photos,
on
more
board the
photos.
spacecraft to capture everything.
I
And they're
will.
flat out saying, look, these are the models we're using. These are Nikon Z cameras.
It's on
These
my
are things
to-do
that
list.
any person on Earth can just go and buy. Main difference being is that these
Okay,
are
maybe
likely
8 is a lot.
radiation hardened. Supposedly, because when it came to the Nat Geo 360 cameras that they were first installing, they believed that it was possible that some kind of radiation hit
substantial
messed
enough.
up one of the two cameras that they have, and all of a sudden their settings weren't being saved and it wasn't working right. So it's supposed to be radiation hardened, but it's just really cool.
Right. Just like accelerating things forward by using the off-the-shelf technologies instead of saying, "Oh no, we can't do that." We have to develop some special NASA thing that's going to take us 8 years and $10 billion to make sure that we can do exercise.
Go ahead, Ray.
Yes.
You do exercise.
Well, listen.
I'm getting started late, but I would like to, if it's okay with y'all, to exercise right until midday meal.
Overachiever. Was extra exercise. Someone's asking for.
What?
My apologies, Victor. We're checking.
You got checking over.
You need special permission to exercise extra when you're on the way to the moon. That's an entire thing.
Plan all your
Crackers, cheese, and jam is also a good
We'll
food.
listen
I
for
don't
them
know
to
if
come
it's
back
good
with
with
the
meat,
answer, the
but
thrilling answer as to whether
Cyclops
or not Victor
_
Clover
games
will be able to
25.
will be allowed to
I
exercise
plan in the
extra.
future to get back into my
That's where we are.
photography ID. Been about a decade since I was doing it. Will probably need new batteries. Axis Binature. So what's this NASA nonsense?
if it's been a decade, you probably need to.
All the way up to midday.
We're doing a flyby around the moon.
Never skip leg day.
Our boy Victor getting the extra exercise allotment.
Yeah.
First time since 1972.
My schedule got messed up, so at least now he's good.
The other part. Oh,
I don't know shit.
that's Jack.
But this dude that I'm watching
Sorry,
knows.
I got it confused. It's the haircut.
So if you're
Yeah, look at
interested,
it.
check out him.
Look at all the different cameras they have back there, by the way. That's
Nice.
just some of the ones in the cupola. And there are more than what you see there.
There's
currently
other
on board
YouTube
Orion for
streams
them
too.
to use in different ways, shapes, or forms, but that's also including the ones
They
that are
might be on
exterior,
YouTube, I
the
don't
ones that
know.
are on the
I don't do
solar
YouTube.
array wings. Which,
Not much.
fun fact, they were talking in the briefing today that they are using one of those wings as a selfie stick. They were able to get it so they can move one of the solar array wings. So if you didn't say saws, that's what they're talking about. It's the solar arrays, and use it as a selfie stick.
Mm.
You know, this is the other part of it.
Fuck yeah,
and I
crackers
forgot
and
the second
cheese,
thing
man.
because
I love it.
misfired
So easy.
there.
I don't have to
The
know how to
other
cook.
part of it is NASA becoming a little bit more realistic with what it's going to take to get larger numbers of people living and working in space.
Cyclops
right?
_
You hear the
games
stories
25.
about, oh, they developed a
It
special
is on
pen
NASA's
so that
actual
the
YouTube, but
graphite
it's
that the
just
Russians
that
were
main
using would
picture
break
with no
off.
audio.
Oh, the Russians just used the pencil, right? You hear that? And you hear
Drumerial
like, oh,
Master.
you can't take that
Earth
teddy
just
bear
left
from your
April
kid because it's a
1st.
fire safety hazard. The material that it's made of is too dangerous to the spacecraft. And you can envision things like, oh, Bluetooth is going to mess with the nav computer, or all of these other excuses that are sort of like would be slowing you down, right? To get back to that question, you're talking
Drumerial
about,
Master.
question.
Going for 10
in
days.
here, with sort of the late breaking information, they were going to get some more modern cameras on board, that they have smartphones that we can get, like some of this loosening of the restrictions. I don't really think that that's throwing safety to the wind. I think that that's coming to a reasonable compromise with how likely
Drumerial
it's to be if
Master.
you want more people
To check out Moon
be
to
working in
eventually
space.
land on.
Agree? Disagree?
Drumerial Master. But not this time.
I agree with you there. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, it's really about how you go about doing it, right? Like, you could use a pencil, but the pencil's going to screw up your life support systems. That's why they designed this, right?
There's a science and technology section on Twitch. Hold up.
That's right.
Does it hover? Wait, no, they're not sponsoring this video. I don't have to mention them.
So I mean,
invincible.
You know, there is that to an extent, but I can never say that all those things that like you can and can't do. Right? Oh, all those things that you can and can't do.
There's a bunch of other people you could watch too.
Can we not be black and white for now?
It's $10 a super chat to turn on EJ's black and white filter.
No, you know, some of those things are there.
Axis Binature. I gotcha. Had to step away for a moment.
There's a robotics competition too right now with 4 viewers. I saw a robotics competition out here last year.
Cool.
Nice.
Fire up OBS. Let's go.
I mean, I didn't get to see it, but I saw that it was happening.
Let that happen. Reed, I do have an additional comment for you and the rest of the crew.
Do they fight each other?
Opportunistic photography and science opportunity over your midday meal. There's a period where we're going to have Earth viewing followed by Moon viewing. You can reference the Orion Attitude Band and Optimus, kind of right in the center of your midday meal. And if you'd like to do any photography, we're recommending deploying and using the camera shroud over window 2 to reduce glare.
Nice.
Cool. Cyclops _ games 25. Was that a robotic battle comp Robot Wars?
So, like, 2 bonus things there. They get to we bonus for us might get to
Axis
see Richard
Furniture.
Glover exercising live. It
Robotics.
sounded like that's what they were talking
Luxire
about.
4 Evil
And
Pat.
then
It
while
ain't
they're
cool unless they
eating,
fight
a
each other.
special opportunity to view the Earth and the Moon, and it sounds like they're going to put out a little bit of a camera shroud, trying to decrease the reflections. These
I think it's like
reflections on
a
the glass.
petition. Right now they're trying to collect balls and baskets,
They
it
were
looks like.
doing tests of all the different windows and putting cameras.
And then make baskets. Or something.
Go ahead, Christina. How's the troubleshooting going?
They're going around.
Hey, Chris. We are connected and charging on the little tablet. However, no joy getting a signal on myself nor Jeremy. Two things I
Dramario
think
Master.
of to try. One would be to let it
https://www.twitch.tv/firstinspires1. Axis Furniture. Manage Nair VM.
available. I also checked the
So no one's
devices
controlling them?
that the ECG
Or are
is
they?
showing up is that
It looks like there's two game controller guys on either side.
area and nothing happens when I do it. It does seem to be finding the device.
How are they supposed to see?
So the other thought I could try would be to forget and reconnect the device.
Yep. That's what
Standard Bluetooth troubleshooting.
Yep.
Delete it, unpair it, and repair it. Like, who amongst us has not had my freaking headset on the airplane and it's like, oh gosh, it's not connecting.
Guilty.
Delete it, reconnect it.
Oh, it looks like fun.
The rental car, I literally had to do that with my rental car.
I want to play a challenge where you get to be in like some kind of go-kart, collecting balls and then making baskets, driving over obstacles.
Whether you see a
I like
battery
obstacle
symbol at the
games.
top of the medical tablet, right hand corner.
This thing is going to
Okay.
display a pin code, and you're going to have to confirm that the pin codes match.
Screens of the tablet.
What the fuck? I don't understand what's going on.
Clarification within the app.
That one's making baskets.
Okay, within the app, when the screen instructing to touch the electrodes to start, is I do have a battery.
But then it
icon
goes
in
back
the
into
upper
the
right.
into the ground, and you have to collect them again.
Question mark inside.
I guess it's catching the points, but then recycling the balls. Red
Seems
team's got
off-nominal.
100.
Okay, Christina,
Sounds like-
thanks. Yeah, that just gives us that
I'm watching it
confirmation that
muted.
it's not connected to the ECG.
Anyway,
Let's go ahead and continue
so that's fun.
with that Bluetooth troubleshooting.
Someone's trying to fix something that I don't know what it's called, so I left. I mean, I didn't go in, but I left all the science and technology section.
The most human element of the moon mission so far.
I mean, it might not just be the software on these things, guys. Radiation doesn't play nice with stuff that's not rad hardened. It can seem like it's working
I'll
just
be
fine.
honest, I don't want to go,
It's not working just
but
fine.
I'm gonna.
See,
I was sorry, I was going to say, what I was saying earlier.
Cyclops
they did a whole
underscore
test
games
last night on the
25.
cameras of each
I
of the
need to
windows,
explore that section.
with
I'm
those
a tech
inspections
geek.
up on them with the different cameras to see
Nice.
which windows had scratches on it. Which
I don't know
were
what I
finished,
am.
Which ones had more reflections than
I
the
think
others.
baby
When they're
art.
saying which window to look out, they literally tested the other day of where you can get the best shots from which window.
Nice.
What kind of
Sorry,
tech
go
stuff
ahead.
are you
No,
into?
back to you.
How about
Oh
the
no,
onboard?
that's it.
Like
I was gonna
anything
say,
and
yeah,
everything?
the onboard. This looks like we've got Victor's doing some stretches there in the background. It looks like. Here at NSF, we don't like wireless devices, so we tell our hosts not to use wireless headsets. If we have things in the field, we don't want to have like a wireless hop from the camera to the uplink or anything like that. Here in the studio, everything needs to be hardwired, like intentionally, because the wireless devices are so ornery. So I don't know if I would have chose a Bluetooth EKG. This is EKG, right?
Yeah, ECG, same thing.
ECG. Thank you. Yeah, a Bluetooth ECG. I would have probably gone with a USB-C ECG. A little bit more mass. You got to carry the cable, but probably more reliable plugging in.
There's the fly wire system, by the way. You can see Victor doing the squats. Which, EJ, I know we kind of talked about this a little bit when we were doing our TLI thing, but I mean, can you talk a little bit about the fly?
Cyclops underscore games 25.
The fly
Yeah, that's the best way to describe. I love 3D printing, electronics repair, but I also love cooking, art, and craft.
Oh, it's gone. It looks like it was there, but it was gone. It was stuck in Bluetooth.
But man.
dead, Jim.
No.
Okay, Christina. Unfortunately, we are out of ideas at the moment. We're going to do some more thinking. We really appreciate all of your troubleshooting steps and actions you've taken. Great data for us.
Cool.
But we'll move on from this activity for the day.
Well, science can go into all those categories. You need science for
The
food,
moon transition.
sometimes art, and tech,
Thanks for the help.
3D printing.
Oh, good times. So we've got another
There's a
thing
dude
to add in
exercising.
here, y'all. The shot that we have.
I'm glad I'm not an astronaut.
Cyclops underscore games
ran
25.
outside and
I'm
put
just about
up
to
a
teach
camera
myself
pointed
parkour
at the
craft.
moon. So this is currently a live shot from however you say where he lives in England. Norfolk. Thank you, Sawyer. I was going to say
No.
Make you say it.
Not only is that a shot from Ryan, but it's a shot of the Sea of
Okay, I thought that's what you meant.
That's the Sea of Tranquility.
You want to make bracelets, or do you
about
want to make
just
things
dead center
beyond
off to
bracelets?
the right, just a little bit. That's where Apollo 11 landed. It's
You
kind
can
of
make
more
a
on the
gear
top
shift
right
knob.
ish corner now. But yeah, that's that darker gray area that's moving off to the not at the edge of the screen, more center now. The bottom right hand corner of that dark Mare.
I want to do similar to that kind of. I want to make hemp bracelets or like string bracelets with beads.
I just
But
didn't want anybody to cut that up and
I
make
don't
me
think
say
anyone's
something
gonna.
next
It would
week.
be just for fun. I don't think anyone's gonna buy it.
You know what?
But I don't want to be under that kind of pressure.
Yeah, right. You know what I want to do? I'm at a very high latitude right now, right?
Because when I was younger, I knew
Ryan's
how
at
to
a pretty high
do
latitude.
hemp
We've got people
bracelets.
that
I
are
know how to
doing close
do
the equator, Starbase.
that
We've got people in the middle of these.
flat,
The moon
freaking
rotates based on
three
where
string
you're
thing, or you can
standing
have
on
more
the
than that
Earth.
if you want to do color
Like if you're
layers.
up on top of the
Or
Earth,
you can
look
do
at the
it
moon
on the
and
same side
Sea of
continually to
Tranquility
do a
and the
spiral.
craters and mares and all that sort of stuff. There
I don't
is
know.
specific orientation, but as you change latitudes, the moon apparently rotates because you're looking at it from like a different angle. Like imagine if you're on the North Pole looking at the moon looks one way. Well, if you're at the South Pole, your feet are
Cyclops
pointed at
underscore
the other
games
person's feet.
25.
Like you're upside down
Wax
from the
string
person.
bracklets.
So
A
if you're
guy was
looking at the
making
moon
them
from the
at the
South
markets
Pole,
at
the
the
moon's
beach I saw on
180
my
degrees split.
Friday.
One day, when there's some opportunity, I would love to have NSF point cameras at the moon from these different geographical locations just to illustrate the fact that the moon looks different based on the latitude that you're viewing it from. We can certainly sort that out, can't we?
Ooh, I like this
I think we're
canteen holder.
I mean, Daz, I'm not trying to state the obvious, but look at where
That's
you
fucking
are,
cool.
look at where I am, and look at where Sawyer is. I'm pretty sure we can hook this up, you know?
I don't know. I don't think it's cloudy outside. Like I literally want to go outside and take a photo of the moon from my perspective.
Dramario
and then
Master.
compare it to, like, Sawyer in Florida. How many degrees of latitude away? Just see how the moon looks different for the two of us.
Q equals paracord percent 20 crafts and imguru equals https percent 3a percent 2f percent 2 preview dot red dot it percent 2 some of my paracord projects from the past month v0 dash 2 dg 0 usq 81 dot jpg percent 3 width percent 3d 640 percent 26 crop percent 3 smart percent 26 auto percent 3 web percent 26 s percent 3d 170
How do I mute it?
40 FBB 97717 B3A937 B5AE 6674113 and imperfurl equals https percent 3a percent 2f percent 2f www.reddit.com percent 2f
Nope, once
percent
it started, it's
record
gone.
percent 2 comments percent 2 foo 7 s
I won't do that again.
percent 2 some underscore of underscore my underscore paracord underscore projects underscore from underscore the underscore past underscore month. Damn, that talking feature is dang good.
It kind of stays in the same position. It stays in the same position, but your perspective on Earth changed, so it looks like it's upside down, you know. But yeah, It's tidally locked. One side of the moon is a lot thicker than the other. Let's say it that way.
I feel like I'm not gonna run outside right now. I don't even know if I can see the moon, but one day we should really set that up. Maybe we should set
It's a
that up
lot.
in the next couple of days as part of the mission, just like how people on Earth perceive the moon differently. I think a lot of people would be like, "No way, really? The moon's upside down?"
In the southern hemisphere, you'd be seeing what you'd see on the screen, but flipped 180 degrees.
Yeah, it'd be upside down. Like the moon would literally look upside down from that perspective.
What?
Anyways, yes, the moon is lopsided. The moon doesn't follow you like the Mona Lisa. No, not that one. I'm reading through some chat comments.
There it is.
Quick.
Yeah, just like that. That's it.
Is Kevin rotating it?
He's just flipping the shot. That's how it would look
Cyclops
like for somebody
games
at the same
25.
south latitude as Ryan.
It needs an override feature so you can put a command at the start and it ignores what is next.
I think where he is in Nor Place, is no, I know it's Norwich.
Go to Speed Racer.
What is that? 40, 50
Hiccup
degrees.
City.
I think it's 40 degrees north latitude. If somebody was at 40 degrees south latitude, that's what the moon would look like. It's just flipped.
Mm-hmm. We got to do that live one day. We can move on from.
I hope
that.
they're not coming over here
one
because
of
I
those
wasn't
little,
ready.
Like, weird facts, and
Go to
like,
Speed
if
Racer.
normal people can understand it.
What
if
are we
you
watching?
Show them how it works, but people are like, "Wait, no way." the
I'm not
moon's
linking
upside
it
down."
in the chat,
Yeah, you're upside down. Anyway,
but it's
moving
in
right
my
on.
app if you
Now-
refresh.
Now, because we've just done it live on the show, they're gonna be like, "Oh, that's CGI. That's like remix magic, man. That's not really how the moon
Or
looks.
my
You just
title,
rotated
whatever.
it post or whatever we call it." Yeah.
Well, yeah.
We're visiting
it's like,
the moon,
It's like the shots that NASA posted.
checking it
it's like
out,
the shots that
and
NASA
then
posted this
for
morning.
to land on
Some
another
of the first
time.
shots of the moon from outside of low Earth orbit.
And
from
by
this
we, I mean
millennium.
Earthlings. It's not just U.S.
We have shots like the one behind me, where the North Pole is facing downwards. Okay, the North Pole is facing downwards, and the South Pole is actually facing up. You can actually see the Aurora Australis right there.
Yeah.
See it right there? That's the South Pole. So the capsule upside down, but this shot right here, the kind of North Pole geometric up of Earth is that way.
The enemy's
The enemy's gate
down.
is down.
Is that what we're supposed to say here? We're in
See down-
space.
See down there? That is the Aurora Borealis down here. And see that right there? That's an Alex. That's an Alejandro Alcantarilla Romero right there.
The Gibraltar right there, like that's the desert is Africa, and then Europe is sort of around the corner to the lower left, right?
So once again, because everything's upside down, Western Europe is right. Oh, come on, Western Europe's right here, and this is Northern Africa, right? And this is the Sahara right here. Down here, this is West Africa, so that's Morocco, Senegal, I think is right there, and then over
Chile's
here, you can see Brazil
down there,
right here.
up there.
That's the ocean.
Whoa.
This is a lot.
Why
more
is it upside
difficult than
down?
it looks, all right.
EJ is weathermaning with like a pro here. Nice,
right? And then
literally pointing at clouds.
So this shot, this shot is actually taken with the sun. It's a solar. The Earth is eclipsing the sun. Sun's up like right here. That's
Sun's
what
behind the Earth.
Yeah, this shot.
Cyclops _ games 25. Due to orientation of the capsule.
What is the capsule?
Which is
But
why you have
EJ,
right
Where
If
the capsule
sun
is what's
behind
taking the
Earth,
picture?
What's lighting up the Earth? Huh? Tell me that. Smart
Albedo.
space guy.
Albedo, what? You don't know what that is, Mr. Space Conspiracy Man?
Trying to give you an opportunity to explain it.
Planet Shine. It happens.
Cyclops _ games 25. Capsule is where the astronauts are
No,
in.
there's something called
Okay.
albedo in
Okay.
mystical rocket science terms, and that is light bouncing off other
Wow.
planets and
That's cool
backlighting
they
the
get to see
planet
that.
from the sun. That happens. Happens all the time.
Yeah.
There's this thing called moonlight that happens, right? Kind of important, right? You've gone outside, you've seen the moon. You've seen the moon at night. If it's a clear sky, the moon sometimes lights stuff up. The moon isn't glowing. That's just sunlight being reflected off of it.
Dancing in the moonlight, everybody feeling warm and right. Such a fine and natural
I was
sight.
2 years old when I learned that the moon doesn't glow. That's just the
why
sunlight
I'm just
reflecting off of it.
That's why I'm William Shatnering it.
Apparently they've cut us away so that you can't see us anymore.
Well, these are some of the images that were posted from the crew earlier today.
That's what we did. We cut over to the 24/7 stream output so we could present some of the images here, huh?
Ooh,
Look at
yes.
So this is from Ascent. This is from Ascent from the Artist 2 launch on Wednesday. That is the picture of Orion's shroud jettison. So that those aerodynamic pieces cover up the service module and the solar panels.
Mm-hmm. There's like 3x symmetry on that, right? Didn't it? 3
Oh, a bunch of words. What?
Symmetry, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Castles over the
Yes,
Astronauts.
that's
Did I miss
exactly right.
anything?
Yep.
Yeah.
The 3 Kerbal guys on makes sense.
I'm gonna have to go spend some time with some ladies.
Let's just keep going through images here. Hey,
She
look at some
finally
images,
fucking
shall we?
responded that after 3
separation.
o'clock that she's good.
Yep. That's
Okay.
Orion separation
I guess
from
we're going.
the cryogenic propulsion stage. Look at that.
Little ice or something there. The little
Cyclops _ Games 25.
Yeah, it's ice.
Long-term
paint, stuff
plan
like
will be
that.
a mission in 2028 to land on the moon.
Oh, thanks for letting me know.
Firing right there.
2028.
Yeah, you can actually see some little thruster nozzles there, can't
years.
you?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot to
those are your
do
forward
and
back translation
plan and
thrusters.
prepare for.
That's-
So.
yeah.
What's
Yeah.
later
Lord
is
Brax.
the ICPS.
Hope you have a great time with the
proximity off
ladies.
shortly after this, so that's
I hope so too.
probably getting them ready to line up for that after.
I'm waiting till the
This
last
is an important
minute.
thing. Like throughout the course of the rest of the mission, if you see
I'm
the
gonna go-
shadows on the spacecraft moving like that, the most likely explanation is the spacecraft rotating. You see how the light is moving across there.
I don't want to
entire
go by
spacecraft is
myself and
changing its
have
attitude.
one-on-one conversation.
So be on the lookout. Like when you see that
I
sort
gotta
of
wait till I
happening,
know
it
when
may mean that
everybody
the
else is gonna
attitude
be there.
change is happening. It could also be because the saws, the solar panels, basically are moving. So you might see a shadow moving across the spacecraft because a solar panel is moving. But when it's a big sort of thing like that, sort of moving across the surface, it might be because the spacecraft is literally pointing itself in a different direction. Next picture, next slide. Feel like we're at NASA by asking for the next slide.
This is for the apogee raise burn they did. It's a long one, but yeah, this is.
It's cold
Look at that view.
in here.
So if this is the apogee rays burn, this would have been done when they were at perigee, or did they do this in the middle somewhere?
What's perigee?
Energy. This pushed the ICPS pushed Orion into an eccentric high Earth orbit with apogee, which is the high point in the orbit, guys, at 43,370 miles.
Cyclops
or
_
somewhere
Games
close to
25.
70,000 kilometers.
Hugs you, take care. I feel you about not wanting to
long
go
way.
and talk
It's a long way
one-on-one. I will get ready and go for my exercise in a bit.
And
Cool.
I just bumped the apogee up a little bit
Hope
higher.
you have a
but
good
look at
time and
that.
see something
It's the same
cool.
camera view as before when we saw the separation.
So yeah, this for the nerds, if we're gonna go with Kerbal stuff here, this burn was somewhere. I've done the napkin maths. This burn was somewhere in the ballpark of
If you take
1.2
photos,
kilometers a second. somewhere around
are you
there.
okay with
And then Orion's
them
translunar
being
injection burn that it
entered
did
into the
yesterday was
art submission
386.3
area where we could
meters a
edit
second.
them
We're about 1,275
if we
feet per
want
second.
to? I
So,
want to add
the
something to
stage
people's
pushed it,
photos, like a.
I know it didn't push it out to the moon, guys,
I have
but
no
spaceflight
idea.
is weird and it works in strange ways. It's really about how fast you're going, right?
I think it was a
ICPS
high,
pushed Orion like
a
2/3
high
of the way
idea,
to
not
the
a
moon,
sober
Delta
idea.
V-wise, so to speak, but it was still in a high Earth orbit. Orion just kind of finished it off to get the trajectory that they're on now, which is.
But I do like that idea to inspire,
You sort of get a, you get a feel
encourage,
for it,
and
and I don't
reward
mean to
going
beat Kerbal
out
Space
and
Program to
seeing
death,
things
but,
out
like,
and
the
about,
way that the orbital mechanics work,
and then trying to find ways to make
at
have fun with
first,
those
you have
photos.
the engine burning, right? It's like full throttle.
I'd
Going,
probably
going,
add
going,
Bob's
and
Burgers
the line,
characters
the
to it or
orbital
something.
line is changing really slow, right? You're just pouring velocity into the thing, and it's like little changes at first, but the more
Okay, I'm okay.
eccentric, the more elliptical that
I'm gonna
orbit
be
gets,
keeping this on
it
until.
becomes like
Sometimes I
every
have it
little
on while I'm in the
bounce that
car.
you give it gives you a bigger change on the end, right?
um,
And you see it's like, oh, now 100 meters per second, 10 meters per second difference is like a
I
big change in the orbit. Because
Depending on
you
how
get to
things
that-
go, I
the
might be
speed-
back
The way the speeds
for,
decrease as you sort of coast up that orbit,
Friday
take
Night
smaller changes
SmackDown,
down low to make
but
larger
also
changes up
SoCal
high.
Sweetie
So that's
is
what you
going
were
to
sort
be
of saying there, right,
playing
EJ?
golf with friends on
we
her
set up
server,
this
so
high elliptical
maybe
orbit,
I will
and
try
then
to do
Orion just
that
needed to do
as
a little
well.
to get to the moon. It didn't
I'm
take
not
like
sure
a
yet,
huge burn for Orion to change its trajectory
but
to
golf with
get
friends
the moon
is
and wipe
fun.
its
I think she
people say in the chat,
Cyclops
change
can
the
join
just
in with her,
25.
but I'm not
So
sure.
you'll look for that folder when I upload. I may even upload my photos from my last sunrise shoot.
Ooh, cool.
Oh, Yikes, Sawyer.
Maybe I
Stop,
should have
it's
like a
riot.
photo section if I don't
Yeah, I
already.
know it is. We all know it is.
No.
All right. I gotta go brush my
Oh,
teeth.
gosh. All right.
Why?
Hey, let me say thanks to some people again really quickly. There are some questions, and I think, oh no, Steve, you might have put this one in here twice. I thought I saw it before, but let me grab these. A question for Sawyer from Steve.
I need
Saying,
more
"Hi, Sawyer.
coffee.
I thought
Okay,
you used
I'm not gonna have
Sawyer with
Cyclops
a large
underscore
white
games
Canon lens
25.
at the Artemis launch.
Those are from
Canada's
2013.
for bearded guys like Max and Jack. What
The ones
happened?
you've shared before?
Okay, first
Art,
off, I say it's
photo,
all right.
edit.
It's a scrub. It's not a beard.
Selfies
Second
is
off,
different.
That is a Sony. Okay.
Oh,
that's a Sony camera.
Ooh,
So my
fancy.
my singular mirrorless Sony A7 III
I'm a dork.
is a
I'm
Sony
such a
camera.
fucking dork.
Cyclops
The
underscore
screenshots
games
that I released, the kind
25.
of lightsaber shot
The sunrise
from that
ones
same
I will
launch,
upload.
shot on
Oh,
a
okay.
Nikon. The view
Whew.
that you see of
That is
me
a long
this
time
exact
ago.
moment, I'm looking at a Nikon D3300. I also have the 5100 and the 7500. I am all team Nikon when it comes to DSLR.
Cool.
I
We'll
am
look
team
forward
Sony
to
for
finding.
mirrorless, and I would not be caught dead touching a camera.
See
Sawyer's
what
like
you
staring
find.
you down. Sawyer takes this personally. It
Share.
sounds like.
I take offense to being called a cannon
rating.
guy, okay?
I don't want to rate him.
Well, my camera here is a camera. So,
Here's my rate suggestion.
Oh, we let him have audio? I guess it's not a.
People scare me.
Hey, my camera's working just
I think I did
fine.
rate
Mariel
once.
Master.
Rate
Rate
Oh,
suggestion.
sure.
https://www.twitch.tv/ej_SA.
Let's move along and see if somebody else can
Mariel
bring Sawyer
Master.
back into the.
Be well,
Just gonna
y'all.
green screen him out. Nice.
Yeah, because our Canon cameras that we've used haven't had an issue where it comes up with a green